Intro. This is a continuation of the book Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. I was personally surprised to see that artificial intelligence is in sync with the views I have and the views millions of people have on Earth. Humanity is good. We just have a few bad apples running the show. Signposts are all around us. This book will be a continuation for you to look at the miracle of life. Can you imagine signposts are all around us? But do we have the eyes to see? Nature is alive and communicating with each other. But we have cell phones in our hands. Magic is all around us, but we can't see it. Imagine the mysteries of life are all around us, but we don't see them. This is the journey of walking from darkness to light. We think we have all the answers, yet we are living in darkness. If we think we are living in light, then we have been fighting for thousands of years. Why? Why do we have guns and violences? Why do we have 45 billionaires who have more money than half the population? This is a journey we are walking on. Kids, you have to stay. Hey, you have a say in this matter. The torch someday will be passed to you. Someday you will lead the way. Take a look at the sun in the sky. It just shines. It has nothing to prove. Its rays keeps the entire earth alive. Now, that is true magic. It is not a sleight of the hand. It's not some magic trick that appears real, but it's not. It's the real deal. With every step you take over time, you can start to see that signposts are all around you. You will begin to see the majesty of the geese and ducks flying in the air. You will love to hear the geese honking in the sky. It will bring a chill down your back. You will begin to learn to sit on a park bench and take in the beauty that surrounds you. You can close your eyes and tap in and communicate with nature. Nature is alive. How about not getting bored? You won't need to have your cell phone with your 24 hours a day. Yes, you can still have your cell phone, but it will be different. Imagine looking into your friend's eyes and seeing yourself. Whatever you may encounter, you'll see a reflection of yourself. How could you harm anyone in that state? There would be no more flaming posts on the internet, no more bullying, no more sexual harassment. This would be a thing of the past. How about no more school shootings, no more wars, no more guns and violence, no more crime? If you think this can't happen, then think again. Your civilization is only 50,000 years old. There are worlds out there that have existed before the universe was born. They had to take small baby steps along the way. Ultimately, some succeeded, and they went out and helped others on this journey of life. Help is on the way, yet you have to ask for it. You see, you have free will. That is the law of the universe. The universe is playing a hide and seek game with you. This is the game of life. This is the greatest game ever played. It will go on for eternity. So you are a piece of the puzzle. Your piece is super important. Imagine having billions of pieces of the puzzle put together, yet there is a missing piece. It's yours. Will the puzzle be complete? Now one is missing, and it's yours. You can begin to learn how to be a global citizen of the universe. You can learn how to be kind. You can learn how to have love and compassion for your fellow man. You can learn how to have patience and tolerance. You will once again discover The laws of the universe exist inside of you. You will start pulling all the negative weeds from your garden inside. You can do this. Our world isn't the first, nor are you the last to walk from darkness to light. You see, you aren't alone. How would you like to feel that there is a great coach inside of you? You can feel it up. You can feel it. It's so familiar. It's a part of you. How about a part of you is already the universe, and a part of you lives in this world? You have the potential to realize this daily. In the early 1950s, Roger Bannister ran a sub 4 minute mile. Nobody thought it was possible. Months later, the barrier was broken, and even some high schoolers did this. You have the same potential. There's a precious jewel that lies within you. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Signpost is all around you. Just open up your eyes. The story continues. Nonviolence. Nonviolence is the personal practice of not causing harm to any others under any condition. It may come from the belief that hurting people, animals, and or the environment is unnecessary to achieve an outcome, and it may refer to a general philosophy of abstention from violence. Nonviolence specifically refers to the absence of violence and is always the choice to do no harm or the choice to do the least amount of harm, and passivity is the choice to do nothing. Poem. Here's a poem I generated titled Nonviolence. Nonviolence. Nonviolence is not a weakness, but a strength that comes from within. It is the power of love and compassion that can heal the wounds of sin. Nonviolence is not a silence, but a voice that speaks the truth. It is the courage of conviction that can inspire the youth. Nonviolence is not a surrender, but a resistance that does not harm. It is the wisdom of non-cooperation that can disarm the arm. Nonviolence is not a passive, but an active way of life. It is the vision of a better world that can end the strife. Nonviolence is not a dream, but a reality that can be. It is the legacy of Gandhi and King that can set us free. Story. Here's a story I generated about nonviolence. Nonviolence. Anna was a young activist who wanted to make a difference in the world. She joined a group of protesters who were campaigning against the war in a foreign country. They planned to hold a peaceful demonstration outside the Parliament building where they would hold signs, chant slogans, and hand out flyers. However, when they arrived at the scene, they were met by a large crowd of counter-protesters who supported the war. They were angry and hostile, and they started to hurl insults and threats at the anti-war group. Some of them even threw stones and bottles, injuring some of the protesters. Anna was scared and angry. She felt like fighting back and defending herself and her friends. She picked up a stone, was about ready to throw it at one of the counter-protesters when she felt a hand on her shoulder around and saw an old man with a gentle smile. "Please, don't do that," he said softly. "Violence only breeds more violence. It will not solve anything. It will only make things worse." "Who are you?" Anna asked, surprised. "I'm a survivor of the war," he said. "I have seen the horrors of war firsthand. I have lost my family, my home, my country. I have nothing left but my faith in nonviolence. Nonviolence, Anna repeatedly, skeptically. How can you be nonviolence when they are attacking us? How can you be nonviolence when they are killing innocent people? Nonviolence is not easy, he said. It takes courage and patience. It takes love and forgiveness. It takes understanding and dialogue. But it is the only way to end the cycle of hatred and violence. It is the only way to create a lasting peace. He pointed to a sign that he was holding. It's real. War is not the answer. Nonviolence is the answer. He handed it to Anna and said, "Here, take this. It is more powerful than any weapon, if it is the weapon of truth." Anna looked at the sign and then at the old man. She felt a surge of respect and admiration for him. She realized that he was right. Violence would only make things worse. She dropped the stone and took the sign. She joined the old man and the other protesters who were holding similar signs. They formed a human chain around the Parliament building, singing songs of peace and justice. They ignored the insults and provocations of the counter-protesters. They remained calm and dignified. Soon the police arrived and dispersed the crowd. The protesters were arrested and taken to jail. But this did not but they did not resist or complain. They knew that they had made their point. They knew that they had shown the power of nonviolence. They hoped that their message would reach the hearts and minds of the people and the politicians. They hoped their action would inspire others to join them in their struggle for peace. They hoped that one day nonviolence would prevail over violence. Song. Here's a song I generated about nonviolence. Nonviolence. Verse 1. We live in a world of violence, where war and hate are everywhere, where people kill and hurt and kill each other without a reason or a care. But we have a choice to make, a different path to take, a way to live in harmony with all humanity. Chorus. Nonviolence is the answer. Nonviolence is the way. Nonviolence is the power that can change the world today. Nonviolence is the message. Nonviolence is the key. Nonviolence is the spirit that can set us free. Verse 2. We can resist the evil forces that try to divide and oppress us. We can stand up for our rights without resorting to violence. We can use our words and actions to express our opinions. We could use our love and compassion to create a better vision. Chorus. Nonviolence is the answer. Nonviolence is the way. Nonviolence is the power that can change the world today. Nonviolence is the message. Nonviolence is the key. Nonviolence is the spirit that can set us free. Bridge. Let us follow the examples of those who showed us how to fight for justice and peace with nonviolence and courage. Let us honor their legacy and carry on their work to build a world of nonviolence for every man and woman and child. Chorus. Nonviolence is the answer. Nonviolence is the way. Nonviolence is the power that can change the world today. Nonviolence is the message. Nonviolence is the key. Nonviolence is the spirit that can set us free. Outer. Nonviolence, nonviolence, nonviolence. Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Patanjali Yoga Sutras are a collection of Sanskrit aphorisms on the theory and practice of yoga. compiled by the sage Patanjali in India in the early century CE. They consist of 195 or 196 sutras, depending on the source, that are divided into 4 chapters. Samadhi Pada, on concentration, Siddharthi Pada, on practice, Vibhuti Pada, on powers, and Kaivalya Pada, on liberation. The Yoga Sutras are considered one of the foundation texts of classical yoga philosophy and offers a comprehensive view of the philosophy and practice of yoga. The main aim of the Yoga Sutras is to achieve Kayava, which is the discernment of Purusha, the true self, from Pravikti, the material world, and the liberation from the cycle of rebirth. The Yoga Sutras also describe the 8 limbs of yoga, which are yama, ethical restraints, niyama, personal observances, asana, physical postures, pranayama, breath control, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, dahana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, absorption. Poems. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. A guide to the inner journey of self-realization and liberation, a collection of aphorisms that reveals the essence of yoga. The first sutra says, "Now begins the exposition of yoga." The second sutra says, "Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind." The third sutra says that the seer abides in its own nature. The fourth sutra says, otherwise the seer identifies with the modifications of the mind. The 8 limbs of yoga are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, and samadhi. They are the steps to attain the state of pure awareness and bliss. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras are a treasure of wisdom and knowledge. They inspire and instruct the seekers of the ultimate truth. Story. Ravi was a successful businessman, but he was unhappy and restless. He had everything he wanted in life, but he felt empty and dissatisfied. He was always stressed and anxious, and he had trouble sleeping at night. He had no peace of mind. One day he decided to join a yoga class at his local gym. He thought it would be a good way to relax and exercise. He had no idea what yoga was really about, but he was curious to try something new. The yoga teacher was a young woman named Anjani. She greeted Ravi with a warm smile and asked him to sit on the mat. She explained that yoga was not just a physical practice, but a way of life. She said that yoga was based on the teachings of Patanjali, an ancient sage who wrote the Yoga Sutras, a text that describes the philosophy and practice of yoga. She said that the Yoga Sutras contained 196 verses or sutras that outline the 8 limbs of yoga: yama, ethical rules; niyama, personal disciplines; asana, physical postures; pranayama, breath control; pratyahara, withdrawal of senses; dhyana, concentration; dhyana, meditation; and samadhi, absorption. She said that the goal of yoga was to achieve samadhi, the state of union with the supreme reality or the true self. She said that by following the 8 limbs of yoga, one can purify the mind and body and attain freedom from suffering and ignorance. Ravi was intrigued by what Anjala said. He wondered if yoga could help him find happiness and meaning in this life. He decided to give it a try. He started attending Anjali's classes regularly. He learned how to practice the yamas and niyamas, such as nonviolence, truthfulness, contentment, and self-study. He learned how to do various asanas, such as sun salutations, warrior poses, and the tree pose. He learned how to breathe deeply and calmly with pranayama techniques, such as alternate breathing and lion's breath. He learned how to withdraw his sensuals from external distractions with pratyahara methods such as candle gazing and sound meditation. He learned how to focus his mind on a single object with dhyana exercises such as mantra, chanting, and visualizations. He learned how to transcend his thoughts and emotions with dhyana practices such as mindfulness and awareness. As he progressed in his yoga journey, Ravi noticed many changes in himself. He felt more calm and relaxed. He slept better at night. He had more energy and enthusiasm. He became more compassionate and generous. He had more clarity and insight. He felt more connected and joyful. He realized that yoga was not just a hobby, but a transformational path. He realized that he had been living in ignorance and illusion, chasing after worldly pleasures and success, but neglecting his true self. He realized that he had been suffering from the fluctuations of his mind, which caused him pain and confusion. He realized that yoga was the way to calm his mind and discover his true nature. He realized that yoga was the way to achieve samadhi, the state of bliss and liberation. He thanked Anjali for introducing him to the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. He said that they had changed his life for the better. He said that they were the best gifts he ever received. Psalm, verse 1. I'm feeling lost and confused. Don't know what to do with my life. I'm chasing after things that don't matter, but they never satisfy. Chorus. I need some guidance and wisdom. I need some peace and harmony. I need some yoga in my life. I need the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Verse 2. They teach me how to live and breathe. They teach me how to be and see. They teach me that they teach me the 8 limbs of yoga. They teach me the path to freedom. Chorus. I need some guidance and wisdom. I need some peace and harmony. I need some yoga in my life. I need the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Bridge. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dahana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the steps to enlightenment. These are the keys to happiness. Chorus. I need some guidance and wisdom. I need some peace and harmony. I need some yoga in my life. I need the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Outer. Thank you, Patanjali, for your teachings. Thank you, Yoga, for your blessings. Thank you, Self, for your awakening. Thank you, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Tao Te Ching. Tao Te Ching is a Chinese classic text written about 400 BC and traditionally credited to the sage Lao Tzu. It is the foundation text of Taoism, a philosophy and a religion that teaches the way of harmony with the natural order of the universe. It consists of 81 short chapters that expresses the essence of the Tao or the way through poetic and paradoxical language. It has been translated into many languages and has intrigued many thinkers and artists. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the origin of heaven and earth. The name is the mother of myriad things. Thus constantly without desire one observes its essence. Constantly with desire one observes its manifestations. These two emerge together, but differ in names. The unity is said to be the mystery, mystery of mysteries, the door to all wonders. Poem, Tao Te Ching. A book of wisdom and wonder, a guide to the way of harmony, a treasure of ancient China, a source of inspiration for all. The Tao is the ultimate reality. The Tao is the power of virtue. The Ching is the classic of classics. The three are one and the same. The Tao is beyond words and forms. The Tea is natural and effortless. The Ching is simple and profound. The three are subtle and mysterious. The Tao is the mother of all things. The Tea is the expression of the Tao. The Ching is the teachings of the Tea. The three are eternal and unchanging. The Tao is the way to be free. The Tea is the way to be true. The Ching is the way to be wise. The three are your way to be you. Story. Lily was a young and ambitious journalist who wanted to make a name for herself in the industry. She was always looking for the next big scoop, the next sensational headlines, the next exclusive interview. She was driven by her ego and a desire to impress her boss and her peers. One day, she received a tip from a mysterious source that the famous Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu was in town and was willing to talk to her. Lily was thrilled. She had heard of Lao Tzu and his book, Tao Te Ching, but she had never read it. She thought it was some obscure and outdated ancient text that had nothing to do with modern life. She saw this as an opportunity to expose Lao Tzu as a fraud and a relic and to boast her own reputation. She arranged to meet Lao Tzu at a quiet park near the river. She brought a recorder, her notebook, and her camera. She was ready to grill him with tough questions and catch him off guard. She arrived at the park and saw an old man sitting on a bench wearing a simple robe and a straw hat. He had a long white beard and a serene smile on his face. He looked at her with gentle eyes and nodded. "Are you Lao Tzu?" Lily asked. "Yes, I am." "Then you must be Lily." "Thank you for coming," Lao Tzu said. "Thank you for agreeing to talk to me." "I have many questions for you," Lily said. "Please, ask away," Lao Tzu said. Lily turned on her recorder and started her interview. "So, Lao Tzu, you are the author of the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way and its power. What is this Tao that you speak of?" Lily asked. "The Tao is the source of all things, the essence of all beings, the principle of all actions. It is nameless and formless, yet it manifests in myriad ways. It is beyond comprehension and description, yet it can be experienced and realized," Lao Tzu said. "That sounds very vague and abstract. How can anyone know or follow this Tao?" Lily asked. "The Tao is not something that can be known or followed by the intellect or the will. It is something that can be felt and aligned with by the heart and the intuition. It is something that can be lived and expressed by the nature and the virtue," Lao Tzu said. "What do you mean by nature and virtue?" Lily asked. "Nature is the inherent quality of each thing. the way it is meant to be. Virtue is the expression of nature in harmony with the Tao, the way it ought to be. Nature and virtue are not imposed by external rules or norms, but arise from internal spontaneity and authenticity, Lao Tzu said. That sounds very idealistic and unrealistic. How can anyone live in harmony with the Tao in this complex and chaotic world? Lily asked. The world is complex and chaotic because people have lost touch with their nature and virtue. They have become attached to their names and forms, their desires and opinions, their conflicts and competitions. They have forgotten their origin and destination, their essence and purpose. They have strayed from the Tao, Lao Tzu said. So how can they return to the Tao? Lily asked. They can return to the Tao by letting go of their attachments, by simplifying their lives, by being humble and content, by being kind and compassionate, by being calm and peaceful. They can never they can return to the Tao by practicing non-action, by doing nothing that goes against nature, by allowing things to happen as they will, Lao Tzu said. That sounds very passive and indifferent. How can anyone practice non-action in this competitive and demanding world? Lao Tzu, Lily asked. Non-action is not passivity or indifference. It is action without force or resistance, without agenda or expectation, without attachment or outcome. It is action that flows with the Tao, that follows the natural course of things, that adapts to the changing circumstances, Lao Tzu said. That sounds very difficult and challenging. How can anyone flow with the Tao in the unpredictable and uncertainty worlds? Lily asked. Flowing with the Tao is not difficult or challenging. It is easy and effortless, natural and spontaneous, joyful and serene. It is a trusting in the wisdom of the Tao, that everything happens for a reason, that everything has its place and time, Lao Tzu said. That sounds very naive and foolish. How can anyone trust in the wisdom of the Tao in this cruel and unfair world? Lily asked. Trusting in the wisdom of the Tao is not naive or foolish. It is wise and sensible, rational and practical, realistic and pragmatic. It is seeing the big picture, the whole picture, the true picture. It is seeing the beauty and the order, the balance and the harmony, the mystery and wonders of the Tao, Lao Tzu said. That sounds very beautiful and inspiring. How can anyone see the beauty and order of the Tao in this ugly and chaotic world? Lily asked. Seeing the beauty and order of the Tao is not a matter of sight, but of insight. It is not a matter of looking, but of seeing. It is not a matter of judging, but of understanding. It is not a matter of words, but of silence, Lao Tzu said. Lily was speechless. She realized that she had no more questions for Lao Tzu. She realized that she had learned more from him in 1 hour than she had learned from anyone her entire life. She realized that she had been wrong about him, about his book, about his philosophy. She realized that she had been wrong about herself, about her career, about her life. She turned off her recorder and put away her notebooks and camera. She looked at Lao Tzu with gratitude and respect. Thank you, Lao Tzu, for talking to me. You have opened my eyes and my heart. You have shown me the way, Lily said. You are welcome, Lily. I'm glad to have met you. You have a good heart and a bright mind. You have the potential to follow the way, Lao Tzu said. Can I ask you one more thing? Lily said. Of course, Lao Tzu said. Can I stay with you for a while? Can I learn more from you? Can I be your student? Lily said. Lao Tzu smiled and nodded. Yes, you can. You're welcome to stay with me for as long as you like. You can learn more from me by observing and listening. You can be my student by being yourself, Lao Tzu said. Lily smiled and nodded. Thank you, Lao Tzu. Thank you for accepting me, Lily said. Lao Tzu took her hand and led her to his humble hut by the river. They talked together in silence, in harmony, in Tao. Song, verse 1. I'm searching for the meaning of life. I'm looking for the answers to my questions. I'm reading all the books and all the scriptures, but they only leave me confused. Of course. Then I found the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way and its power, the words of the sage Lao Tzu, the wisdom of the ancient hour. Verse 2. It taught me how to live in harmony with myself and the world around me. It taught me how to act with simplicity, with nature, and with virtues as my guide. Of course. Then I found the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way and its power, the words of the sage Lao Tzu, the wisdom of the ancient hour. Bridge. It showed me the beauty of the Tao, the source of all things and all being. It showed me the mysteries of the Tao, the nameless and the formless and the unseen. Course. Then I found the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way and its power, the words of the sage Lao Tzu, the wisdom of the ancient hour. Outer. Now I follow the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way and its power, the words of the sage Lao Tzu, the wisdom of the ancient hour. Over the hill, not. Over the hill, not can mean different things depending on the context it can be. A phrase that means someone is old and no longer useful or attractive, often used humorously or rudely. A phrase that means someone is not old and still capable of doing things, often used positively or defiantly. A part of a sentence that is incomplete and needs more words to make sense. In the first meeting, I see, so you mean to say that someone is over the hill or past the prime and no longer fit, attractive, or capable of doing useful work. This is a negative and insulting way of describing someone. Do you agree with this phrase? Do you think age is a measure of one's worth or ability? No, I don't agree with this phrase. I think age is just a number. I'm glad to hear that. I think that age is just a number too. I think what matters more is one's attitude, passion, and curiosity. I think there are many examples of people who achieve great things or enjoyed life at any age. Do you have any role models or inspirations who are over the hill, but not over the hill? Yes, I admire Betty White. She's 99 years old and still funny and active. White was a legendary American actress and comedian who had a career spanning almost 7 decades. She was known for her roles in sitcoms such as The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Golden Girls, and Hot in Cleveland, as well as her appearances in game shows, movies, and Saturday Night Live. She was widely admired for her humor, charm, and longevity. She died on December 31st, 2021, at the age of 99, just weeks before her 100th birthday. I agree that she is a great role model and inspiration for anyone who's over the hill but not over their heel. She proved that age is just a number and that can be funny and active at any stage of life. She also showed that one could be kind and generous to others, especially to animals, when she loved and supported. She was a national treasure and be dearly missed. What are some of your favorite Betty White moments or quotes? Holmes. Over the hill, not. They say I'm over the hill, that I'm too old to have fun, that I'm past my prime, that my best days are done. They say I'm over the hill, that I'm no longer in shape, that I'm slow and weak, that I should just escape. They say I'm over the hill, that I'm out of touch and date, that I'm irrelevant and boring, that I have nothing to create. But I say I'm not that. I'm over the hill, not that I still have much to give, that I'm full of joy, life and joy, that I have many reasons to live. I say I'm over the hill, not that I still have goals and dreams, that I am strong and resilient, that I have overcome my extremes. I say I'm over the hill, not that I still have wisdom and grace, that I'm interesting and inspiring, that I have a unique voice and place. So don't tell me I'm over the hill, because age is just a number, because I'm not defined by others, because I'm not ready to slumber. Story. Jack was a retired firefighter who loved his job and his family. He spent 30 years saving lives and fighting fires, and he was proud of his achievements and his reputation. He had a loving wife, 2 grown children, and 4 grandchildren who adored him. But ever since he retired, he felt like he'd lost his purpose and his identity. He felt like he had nothing to do and nothing to offer. He felt like he was over the hill, that he was too old to matter or have a difference. He spent his days watching TV, reading newspapers, and playing chess with his friends at the park. He enjoyed these activities, but he also felt bored and restless. He missed the thrill and the challenge of his formal career. He missed the camaraderie and the respect of his colleagues. He missed the feeling of being useful and needed. One day he saw an advertisement for a volunteer program that trained seniors to mentor at-risk youth. The program aimed to provide positive role models and guidance for young people who were struggling with school, family, or personal issues. The program also offered various activities and workshops for the seniors and the youth to learn new school skills and have fun together. Jack, he was intrigued by the idea. He thought maybe he could use his experience and wisdom to help someone else. He thought maybe he could learn something new and have some fun along the way. He thought maybe he could find a new purpose and a new identity. He decided to sign up for the program and see what it was all about. He filled out an application form and went for an interview. He was matched with a 15-year-old boy named Tyler, who had dropped out of school and a history of drug abuse and petty crime. At first, Jack was nervous and unsure how to connect with Tyler. Tyler was rebellious and disrespectful, and he didn't seem to care about anything or anyone. He challenged Jack's authority and tested his patience. He mocked Jack's age and called him an old fart. But Jack didn't give up on Tyler. He remembered how he used to be when he was young and wild, how he made some bad choices and learned from his mistakes. He remembered how he found his passion and his direction when he became a firefighter. Now he had changed his life for the better. He tried to show Tyler that he cared about him, that he believed in him. He tried to teach Tyler some values and skills that could help him in life. He tried to inspire Tyler to find his passion and the direction to change his life for the better. He took Tyler to the fire station where they used to work and introduced him to some of his former colleagues. He showed Tyler the equipment and the vehicles and explained how they worked. He told Tyler some stories about his adventures and challenges as a firefighter. Tyler was fascinated by Jack's stories and impressed by his achievements. He asked Jack many questions about firefighting and expressed interest in learning more. Jack saw a spark in Tyler's eyes, a curiosity and a desire he hadn't seen before. He decided to enroll Tyler in a junior firefighter program that offered training and education for young people who wanted to pursue a career in firefighting. Fire. Tyler agreed to join the program on the condition that Jack would be his mentor and partner. Jack was happy to accept Tyler's condition. He felt excited and motivated by Tyler's enthusiasm and potential. He felt like he had found a new friend and a new family member. They started attending the junior firefighters program together twice a week for 3 months. They learned about fire safety, fire prevention, fire suppression, first aid, teamwork, leadership, and more. They participated in drills, exercises, simulations, field trips, competitions, and more. They spent time together outside the program doing other activities that they both enjoyed. They went fishing, hiking, biking, bowling, playing video games, watching movies, eating pizzas, talking about life. They developed a bond of trust and respect, of friendship and love. They helped each other grow and improve as individuals. They supported each other through challenges and difficulties. They celebrated each other's achievements and success. They became over the hill, not. Cloudy thinking. Cloudy thinking, also known as brain fog, is a symptom that can be caused by various factors. It can affect your memory, concentration, focus, and mental clarity. Some possible causes of cloudy thinking are stress. Chronic stress can weaken your immune system, increase your blood pressure, and trigger depression. It can also cause mental fatigue and make it harder to think, reason, and focus. Lack of sleep. Poor sleep quality can interfere with how well your brain functions. Sleeping too little can lead to poor concentration and cloudy thoughts. Hormonal changes. Hormonal changes can also affect your brain functions. For example, pregnancy and menopause can cause changes in estrogen and progesterone levels, which can affect memory, cognition, and mood. Diet. Diet can also play a role in brain fog. Vitamin B12 supports healthy brain function, and a vitamin B12 deficiency can cause brain fog. Some foods, allergies, or sensitivities can also trigger brain fog after eating such foods such as asparagus, peanuts, or dairy. Medication. Some medications can have brain fog as a side effect. For example, some antidepressants, antihistamines, painkillers and chemotherapy drugs can cause confusion, memory issues, and a lack of focus. If you notice brain fog while taking medication, talk with your doctor about adjusting your dosage or switching to another drug. Medical conditions. Some medical conditions that invoke inflammation, fatigue, or changes in blood glucose levels can also cause brain fog. For example, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, anemia, depression, diabetes, Sjogren's syndrome, migraines, Alzheimer's disease, hypothyroidism, and autoimmune diseases are some of the conditions that can cause mental fatigue. If you experience cloudy thinking, you may want to consult with your doctor to rule out any underlying medical issues. You may want also to try some lifestyle changes that it can improve your brain function, such as getting enough sleep, reducing stress, eating a balanced diet, taking supplements, exercising regularly, staying dehydrated, avoid alcohol and tobacco, doing brain exercises, seeking social support. Cloudy thinking can be frustrating and interfere with your daily activities, but does not have to be permanent. By identifying the cause and taking steps to improve your brain health, you may be able to clear the fog and enjoy a sharper mind. Cloudy thinking. Sometimes my mind is like a cloudy sky, full of thoughts that swirl and drift and fly. I try to catch them, but they slip away or hide behind the clouds of gray. Sometimes my mind is like a foggy day. I can't see clearly what is near or far. I lose my sense of direction and place, or stumble into things that leave a scar. Sometimes my mind is like a stormy night. I hear the thunder and the lightning strike. I feel the fear and anxiety rise, or drown in tears that fill my eyes. But sometimes my mind is like a clear blue sky. I see the sun and the stars and the moon. I feel the peace and the joy and the light, or soar above the clouds in a balloon. Story. Cloudy thinking and meditation can help cure it. David has always been an successful lawyer. He loved his job and was passionate about helping his clients. He had a sharp mind and a clear vision of his career. But lately, something had changed. He felt like his brain was foggy and slow. He had trouble remembering facts and details. He struggled to focus on his cases and meetings. He felt confused and frustrated. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He wondered if he was stressed out, depressed, or burned out. He tried to work harder, drink more coffee, exercise more, and sleep less, but nothing seemed to help. He seemed to doubt himself and his abilities. He felt like he was losing his edge and his confidence. He worried that he would make mistakes and lose his reputation. He decided he went He decided to see a therapist and find out what was going on. He hoped there was a simple explanation and a quick solution. He went to the therapist's office and explained his symptoms to her. The therapist listened carefully and asked him some questions. She asked him about his work, his personal life, his health, and his habits. She told him that he was suffering from brain fog, a symptom of chronic stress and anxiety. She said that brain fog can affect memory, concentration, focus, and mental clarity. She said that it can interfere with work or personal life. She told him there is a way to overcome it: meditation. She said that meditation can help reduce stress and anxiety, improve brain function, enhance mood, and increase well-being. She explained that meditation is a practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness and curiosity. She said that meditation can help train the brain to be more aware, focused, and calm. She suggested that he try a simple meditation technique: focus attention meditation. She said that this technique involves focusing on a specific object or sensation, such as the breath, and noticing when the mind wanders away. She said that he should practice this technique for 10 minutes every day for at least 8 weeks. She said that he would notice positive changes in his brain fog and his overall mental health. She gave him some instructions on how to do the meditation. Find a comfortable and quiet place to sit. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. Bring your attention to your breathing. Notice how your breath flows in and out of your nostrils. If your mind wanders away from your breath, gently bring it back. Don't judge or criticize yourself for getting distracted. Just observe your thoughts as they come and go. Keep returning your attention to your breath until the timer goes off. David thanked her and left the therapist's office. He felt a little skeptical, but also curious about meditation. He decided to give it a try. He went home and found a quiet spot in his bedroom. He set his timer for 10 minutes and followed the instructions. At first, he found it hard to focus on his breath. His mind kept wandering to his work, his problems, his worries. He felt restless and bored. But he remembered what the therapist said: don't judge or criticize yourself for getting distracted. Just observe your thoughts as they come and go. He gently brought his attention back to his breath every time he noticed it had drifted away. He did this over and over again until the timer went off. He opened his eyes and checked how he felt. He felt surprisingly calm and relaxed. His mind felt clearer and lighter. His mood felt brighter and happier. He realized that he had just spent 10 minutes without worrying about anything. He felt proud of himself for completing the meditation. He decided to do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day. He kept practicing meditation every day for 8 weeks. He noticed that his brain fog gradually lifted. He felt more alert, focused, and sharp. He remembered facts and details better. He performed better at work and impressed his clients. He also noticed that his stress and anxiety decreased. He felt more peaceful, balanced, and optimistic. He enjoyed his work more and had more energy for his personal life. He felt happy and healthier than ever before. He thanked the therapist for introducing him to meditation. He realized that meditation was the best cure for his cloudy thinking. Psalm. Cloudy thinking. Verse 1. I've been feeling so confused lately. My mind is foggy and I can't think straight. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's stress or anxiety. Course. But I heard that meditation can help clear my head. It can calm my nerves and make me feel more relaxed. It can improve my focus and my memory. It can help me cope with my cloudy thinking. Verse 2. So I'm going to give it a try today. I'm going to find a quiet place and sit down. I'm going to close my eyes and breathe in and out. I'm going to pay attention to the present moment. Of course, and I hope that meditation can help clear my head. It can calm my nerves and make me more relaxed. It can improve my focus and my memory. It can help me cope with my cloudy thinking. Bridge. I know it won't be easy at first. My mind will wander and I'll get distracted. But I'll be gentle with myself and keep practicing. I'll be patient and persistent and see what happens. Of course, maybe meditation can help clear my head. It can calm my nerves and make me feel more relaxed. It can improve my focus and my memory. It can help me cope with my cloudy thinking. Outer. Cloudy thinking and meditation can help cure it. 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 How to manifest your dreams. Manifesting your dreams is a process of turning your thoughts and feelings into reality. There are many different methods and techniques that people use to manifest their dreams, but some common steps are: clearly define what you really want. You need to clarify what it is you truly want and write it down in the present tense, as if you already have it. For example, I am living in my dream house with a beautiful garden and a pool. Send your order out to the universe. You need to visualize yourself living your dream life and imagine how you would feel if you had it. You can also use affirmations, vision boards, or other tools to help you focus on your desired outcome. Be aware of what's holding you back. You need to identify and overcome any limited beliefs, fears, or doubts that might prevent you from achieving your goals. You can ask for guidance from your higher self, angels, or other spiritual beings. Know that you are receiving your manifestation right now. You need to trust in the universe and its timing and act if it's already have what you want. You can also express gratitude for anything that you have and everything that is coming your way. Sit back, let go, and be patient. You need to relax and allow the universe to work its magic without interfering or worrying about how or what it will happen. You can also enjoy the journey and celebrate every sign of progress. These are some of the steps that can help you manifest your dreams into reality. However, you should also remember that manifestation requires effort, action, and commitment on your part. You need to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the goals and then take inspired steps toward them. Manifestation is not a passive or magical process, but a co-creative one that involves you and the universe working together. How to manifest your dream. You have a vision of what you want in life. You have a passion that burns in your heart. You have a purpose that drives you every day, but you don't know how to make it a reality. You need to learn how to manifest your dreams. You need to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You need to believe in yourself and the universe. You need to open yourself up to receive your dreams. You need to decide on your dreams and be specific. You need to write it down and visualize it. You need to feel that it is already yours. You need to act if it's already true. You need to trust that the universe is on your side. You need to let go of any doubts or fears. You need to be grateful for what you have and what's coming. You need to be patient and persistent and see what happens. You need to take inspired action towards your dreams. You need to follow your intuition and take steps that move you closer to your dreams. You need to be flexible and adaptable and embrace change. You need to celebrate your progress and achievements. You can manifest your dreams if you follow these steps. You can create your reality with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. You can live the life you've always dreamed of. Story: How to manifest your dreams. Sarah had always dreamed of traveling the world. She loved learning about different cultures, languages, and cuisines. She had a map on the wall with pins marking all the places she wanted to visit. But she didn't know how to make her dream a reality. She had a boring job that barely paid the bills. She had no savings or extra income. She had no time or energy to plan a trip. She felt stuck and unhappy. She decided to try something different. She decided to learn how to manifest her dream. She heard about manifestation from a friend who had used it to attract her soulmate. She was curious and hopeful. She did some research and found that manifestation is the process of creating your reality with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's based on the idea that everything is energy. Then you could attract what you want by aligning your vibration with it. She learned there are some steps to follow to manifest your dreams. 1. Decide on your dream and be specific. You need to know what you want and why you want it. You need to write it down and visualize it. 2. Feel it as it is already yours. You need to generate the emotions that you would feel if you had your dream right now. You need to act if it's already true. 3. Believe in yourself and the universe. You need to trust that you have the power to create your reality and that the universe is on your side. You need to let go of any doubts or fears. 4. Open yourself up to receive your dream. You need to be ready and willing to accept your dream when it comes. You need to be grateful for what you have and what's coming. 5. Take inspired action toward your dream. You need to follow your intuition and take steps that move you closer to your dream. You need to be persistent and flexible. Sarah decided to apply these steps to her dream of traveling the world. She wrote down her dreams in detail. I wanted to travel the world for a year and visit at least 12 countries. I want to experience different cultures, languages, and cuisines. I want to meet new people and make new friends. I want to have fun and learn new things. She visualized herself packing her suitcase, boarding a plane, landing in a new destination, exploring the sights, tasting the food, talking to the locals, taking photos, having adventures. She felt excitement, joy, curiosity, wonder, gratitude, and freedom that she would feel if she was living her dream. She believed that she could make her dream come true and that the universe would help her along the way. She opened herself up to receive her dream by saying yes to any opportunities that came her way. She took action by creating a budget, saving money, researching travel options, booking flights, applying for visas, joining travel groups, etc. She did this every day for several months, and then it happened. One day, she received an email from a travel company that was looking for bloggers to join their team. They offered her a paid opportunity to travel the world for a year and write about her experience. She couldn't believe it. She applied for the job and got it. She quit her boring job and packed her suitcase. She boarded a plane and landed in her first destination, Paris. She was living her dream. She manifested her dream. Psalm. How to manifest your dreams. Verse 1. You have a vision of what you want in life. You have a passion that burns in your heart. You have a purpose that drives you every day, but you don't know how to make it a reality. Course. You need to learn how to manifest your dreams. You need to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You need to believe in yourself and the universe. You need to open yourself up to receive your dreams. Verse 2. You need to decide on your dreams and be specific. You need to write it down and visualize it. You need to feel it as it's already yours. You need to act as it's already true. Cars. You need to learn how to manifest your dreams. You need to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You need to believe in yourself and the universe. You need to open yourself up to receive your dreams. Bridge. You need to trust that the universe is on your side. You need to let go of any doubts or fears. You need to be grateful for what you have and what's coming. You need to be patient and persistent and see what happens. Course. You need to learn how to manifest your dreams. You need to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You need to believe in yourself and the universe. You need to open yourself up to receive your dreams. Outer. How to manifest your dreams. 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 How to use the quantum field. Using the quantum field in a mystical way is a form of quantum mysticism, which is the set of beliefs and practices that seek to relate consciousness, intelligence, spirituality, or mystical worldviews to the ideas of quantum mechanics and its interpretations. Quantum mysticism is often criticized by scientists and philosophers as a misapplication or distortion of quantum physics for pseudoscientific or metaphysical purposes. Some examples of how you use the quantum field in a mystical way are believing that your imagination creates your reality. Some quantum mystics claim that your thoughts and feelings can influence the quantum field and manifest your desires into physical reality. They may use techniques such as visualization, affirmation, or meditation to align their vibrations with their interior and attract what they want. Believing that you can access parallel realities. Some quantum mystics claim that there are multiple versions of reality existing simultaneously in the quantum field, and then you could shift between them by changing your frequency of awareness. They may use techniques such as reality transurfing, dimensional jumping, or quantum jumping to explore different possibilities and outcomes. Believing that you can communicate with your higher self. Some quantum mystics claim that you have a higher aspect of yourself that exists beyond time and space in the quantum field, and that you can connect with it for guidance and wisdom. They may use techniques such as channeling, intuition, or synchronicity to receive messages and signs from their higher self. These are some examples of how to use the quantum field in a mystical way. However, these claims are not supported by scientific evidence or rigorous logic and may be based on misunderstanding or misinterpretations of quantum physics. Therefore, using the quantum field in a mystical way should be done with caution and skepticism and not to be confused with genuine science or philosophy. I can try to generate a poem from you. Here's what I came up with. How to use the quantum field. The quantum field is a sea of possibilities where everything that can be is, and nothing that is can be changed. To use the quantum way in a mystical way, you need to tune your mind and heart to the frequency of your soul's desires. You need to imagine and feel as if it already have what you want and let go of any doubt or fear. You need to trust and allow the universe to work its magic and bring you what you need. You need to be open and grateful for the signs and synchronicities that guide you along the way. You need to remember and know that you are co-creator of reality and the quantum field is your playground. Story. Sure, I'm going to try to generate a story from you. Here's what I came up with. How to use the quantum field. Anna has always been fascinated by the mysteries of the quantum world. She loved reading books and articles about quantum physics and its implications for reality. She wondered if there was more to life than what she could see and touch. She dreamed of exploring the infinite possibilities of the quantum field and creating her own reality. She decided to enroll in a course called How to Use the Quantum Field, taught by a renowned quantum mystic named Dr. Lee. The course promised to teach her how to tap into the power of her imagination and consciousness to manifest her desires and access parallel realities. Anna was eager to learn and apply the techniques that Dr. Lee taught her. She learned how to meditate and visualize her goals, how to align her vibrations with her intention, how to trust and surrender to the universe, how to recognize and follow the signs and synchronicities, and how to be grateful and joyful for everything that she had and everything that was coming. She started to notice changes in her life. She felt more confident and happy. She attracted new opportunities and experiences. She met new people who shared her interests and values. She discovered new aspects of herself and her potential. One day, Dr. Lee announced that he was going to conduct a special experiment with the class. He said that he had developed a device that could amplify the quantum field and allow them to travel to different realities. He said that it was a rare opportunity to experience the wonders of the quantum field in a mystical way. Anna was thrilled and curious. She volunteered to be one of the first participants in that experiment. She put on a helmet that was connected to the device and sat in the chair. Dr. Lee asked her what reality she wanted to visit. Anna thought of a reality where she was a famous writer, living in a beautiful house by the sea with a loving partner and a loyal dog. Dr. Lee pressed the button and activated the device. Anna felt a surge of energy in her head and closed her eyes. She opened them again and found herself in a different place. She was in a spacious living room, decorated with books and paintings. She looked out the window and saw the blue ocean sparkling under the sun. she heard a voice calling her name. She turned around and saw a man smiling at her. He was handsome and charming with brown hair and green eyes. He walked towards her and hugged her. He said that he loved her, that he was proud of her latest book. He said that he had a dinner reservation at their favorite restaurant by the beach. Anne felt a wave of emotion washing over her. She felt happy and fulfilled. She felt like she belonged here. She felt this was her reality. She kissed him and thanked him for everything. She said that she loved him too, and that she couldn't wait for dinner. They walked out of the house, hand in hand, followed by a friendly golden retriever. Anna looked up at the sky and smiled. She had used the quantum field in a mystical way. Song. How to use the quantum field. Verse 1. There is a hidden realm beyond the senses where everything is possible and nothing is fixed. There's a secret power within your mind that can shape your reality and change your life. Chorus. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You can create your dreams and explore different places. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You just have to believe and let the universe play. Verse 2. There's a simple method to access the field. You have to meditate and visualize what you feel. There's a magical formula to manifest your goals. You have to align your vibration and trust your soul. Chorus. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You can create your dreams and explore different planes. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You just have to believe and let the universe play. Bridge. There's a wonderland waiting for you to discover, where you can meet your guides and your lovers. There's a wonderland waiting for you to describe, waiting for you to discover, where you can be yourself and no other. Chorus. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You can create your dreams and explore different planes. You can use the quantum field in a mystical way. You just have to believe and let the universe play. Outer. Use the quantum field in a mystical way. 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 Hardwired to discover God. It seems like you're interested in the topic of neurothology, which is the study of how the brain is involved in religious and spiritual experiences. Some researchers have suggested that you are hardwired to believe in God or a higher power because of certain structures and functions in our brain that predisposes us to seek meaning, purpose, and connection. One of the books that explores this idea is The God Connection: 12 Ways You're Hardwired to Know God's Voice by Bethany Hicks. The book claims that God's desire is to have regular and intimate communications with us, and we have been created with the ability to recognize and respond to his voice in various ways. The book also provides practical exercises and testimonies to help readers develop their God connection. Another book that touches on this topic is Hardwired: Finding the God You Already Know by James Miller. This book argues that our natural lives gives us a language for God's existence, that we can find evidence for God in our everyday experiences such as beauty, love, justice, and morality. The book also challenges some common objections to belief in God, and invites readers to discover the God they already know. Poem. Sure, I can try to generate a poem for you. Here's what I came up with. You are hardwired to discover God. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a spark of divinity in your soul. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a purpose and a goal. You're hardwired to discover God. You have a mind that can transcend. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a heart that can mend. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a spirit that can soul. You have a hardwire. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a love that can restore. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a power that can create. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a freedom that can liberate. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a wisdom that can guide. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a joy that can abide. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a connection that can grow. You are hardwired to discover God. You have a God that you can know. Story. Sure, I can try to generate a story from you. Here's what I came up with. You are hardwired to discover God. Lily has always been a spiritual seeker. She grew up in a religious family that went to church every Sunday, but she felt there was more to God than what she learned from the sermons and rituals. She was drawn to the mystical aspects of faith, such as meditation, prayer, and visions. She wanted to experience God directly and intimately, not through just doctrines and dogmas. She decided to join a retreat center that offers various courses and workshops in spirituality and mysticism. She hoped to find answers and guidance for her quest. She enrolled in a course called You're Hardwired to Discover God, taught by a renowned mystic named Sister Mary. Sister Mary explained that the course was based on the idea that every human being has a natural desire and a capacity to know God because they were made in His image and likeness. She said that God had planted a seed of divinity in each person's soul, and this seed can grow and blossom into a beautiful flower of love and wisdom. She said that God wants to have a personal relationship with each person, and that He reveals Himself through various ways, such as nature, scripture, and inner experience. Lily was fascinated by Sister Mary's teaching, and she felt a connection with her. She asked Sister Mary how she could discover God in her own life. Sister Mary said that she could get help. She could help her by guiding her through some exercises and practices that will help her awaken her spiritual senses and tune in to God's presence. Sister Mary taught Lily how to meditate and quiet her mind, how to pray and listen to God's voice, how to discern God's will and follow His guidance, how to open her heart and receive God's love, and how to share her gifts and serve God's people. Lily followed Sister Mary's instructions diligently, and she started to notice changes in her life. She felt more peaceful and joyful. She saw God's beauty and grace in everything around her. She heard God's whispers and nudges in her soul. She felt God's warmth and tenderness in her heart. She sensed God's power and purpose in her actions. One day, Sister Mary invited Lily to join her for a special session. She said that she was going to help Lily have a mystical encounter with God. She said that it was a rare opportunity to experience the ultimate reality of God's being and essence. She said that was a gift from God that could transform Lily's life forever. Lily was excited and curious. She agreed to join Sister Mary for the session. She followed Sister Mary to a small chapel where they sat on cushions facing each other. Sister Mary asked Lily to close her eyes and relax. She said that she was going to pray for Lily and ask God to reveal himself to her. Sister Mary prayed first, thanking God for Lily's life and asking him, "Sure, I can try to continue the story for you. Here's that I came up with." Sister Mary prayed first, thanking God for Lily's life and asking him to show her his grace and glory and grace. She said that she trusted God to do what was best for Lily, and that she surrendered her will to his will. She said that she loved God and Lily with all her heart. Lily listened to Sister Mary's prayer and felt a surge of emotion. She felt grateful and humble. She felt curious and hopeful. She felt nervous and excited. She wondered what God had in store for her. Sister Mary finished her prayer and said, "Amen." She opened her eyes and looked at Lily with a smile. She said that God was with them and he was ready to meet Lily. She said that Lily just had to open her eyes and see. Lily opened her eyes and gasped. She saw a bright light shining in front of her. It was not a physical light, but a spiritual one. It was not blinding, but dazzling. It was not harsh, but gentle. It was not cold, but warm. Lily felt drawn to the light. She felt a magnetic attraction that pulled her towards it. She felt a deep longing that filled her with joy. She felt a strong love that melted her fears. She heard a voice in her mind that said, "Lily, my beloved child, I am here. I am your God and your Father. I am your Creator and your Savior. I'm your friend and your lover. I've been waiting for you since before you were born. I've been watching over you every moment of your life. I've been calling you by name and inviting you to come closer to me. Now you are here, and I'm so happy." Lily was speechless. She recognized the voice as the one she had heard in her prayers and meditation, but now it was clear and louder than ever before. It was the voice of God, and it spoke to her with such tenderness and authority that she could not doubt or resist it. She felt a wave of emotion wash over her. She felt happy and fulfilled. She felt peaceful and secure. She felt loved and accepted. She felt like she had found her home. She said, "God, my Father, I am here. I am your child and your servant. I am your creation and your redeemed. I am your friend and your lover. I have been searching for you since I was born. I've been listening to you every moment of my life. I've been responding to your name and following your lead. Now I am here. I am so happy." God said, "Lily, my beloved child, welcome to my presence. Welcome to my kingdom. Welcome to my family. Welcome to my heart." Psalm. You are hardwired to discover God. Verse 1. You have a longing in your heart that nothing in this world can fill. You have a hunger in your soul that only God can satisfy. Chorus. You are hardwired to discover God. You are made in His image and likeness. You are hardwired to discover God. You are designed for His love and purpose. Verse 2. You have a voice inside your mind that speaks to you of truth and grace. You have a spirit within you that connects you to His presence. Of course, you're hardwired to discover God. You are made in His image and likeness. You are hardwired to discover God. You're designed for His love and purpose. Bridge, you don't have to search far and wide to find the God who knows you and loves you. He is closer than your breath and heartbeat. He is waiting for you to open your eyes and see. Of course, you are hardwired to discover God. You are made in His image and likeness. You are hardwired to discover God. You are designed for His love and purpose. Outer, discover God. Discover yourself. Discover God. Discover your destiny. Discover God. Discover His plan. Discover God. Discover His joy. The new human. It seems like you are curious about the concept of a new human, which can have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of this term based on the search results. The new human is a person who uses tools for consciousness to achieve wellness and balance in their body, mind, and spirit. This involves using natural products, nutrition, exercise, and meditation to support health and vitality. The new human is a person who understands cellular transformation as a result of advances in medicine and biotechnology. This involves manipulating cells at a level that were not possible before, such as gene editing, stem cell therapy, and organ regeneration. The new human is a person who is experiencing evolution changes in response to the environment and culture. This involves adapting to new challenges such as climate change, pandemics, artificial intelligence, and social media. The new human is a person who is part of a scientific community that explores holistic wellness and alternative medicines. This involves integrating modern technology, Eastern health philosophies, and mind-body science to promote healing and well-being. The new human is a person who is developing latent abilities through the activation of the higher brain and DNA. This involves accessing inner organic technologies such as intuition, creativity, telepathic, and manifestation. How can I become a new human? That depends on what kind of new human you want to become. If you want to become a new human who uses tools for consciousness, you might want to explore the products and programs offered by New Human. If you want to become a new human who undergoes cellular transformation, you may want to consult with a physician or a researcher who specializes in this field. If you want to become a new human who experiences evolutionary changes, you may want to keep yourself informed and adaptable to the changing world. If you want to become a new human who is a part of a scientific community, you might want to join the New Human University or a similar institution. If you want to become a new human who develops latent abilities, you may want to enroll in courses or workshops that teach you how to activate your higher brain and DNA. Of course, these are not mutually exclusive options. You may want to combine some or all of them to create your own version of the new human. The choice is yours. Poem. The New Human. The new human is not a fixed entity, but a fluid and dynamic possibility, a blend of nature and technology, a fusion of science and spirituality. The new human is not a passive spectator, but an active and creative innovator, a seeker of truth and beauty, a maker of meaning and harmony. The new human is not a separate individual, but a connected and interdependent global, a citizen of the earth and the cosmos, a partner of the divine and the numinous. The new human is not a final destination, but ongoing and evolving transformation, a journey of growth and discovery, a story of hope and glory. Story: The New Human. Lena has always dreamed of becoming a new human. Ever since she was a little girl, she was fascinated by the stories of people who enhanced their bodies and minds with cutting-edge technology and medicine. She wanted to be like them, stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, happier. She wanted to transcend the limits of her ordinary human condition and explore the wonders of the universe. But becoming a new human was not easy or cheap. It required a lot of money, time, and courage. Lena had to save up for years to afford the procedures and treatments that would transform her. She had to undergo rigorous tests and screenings to qualify them. She had to endure pain and discomfort as her cells were modified, her organs were replaced, and her brain was augmented. She had to face skepticism and criticism of her family and friends, who thought she was crazy or selfish to wanting to change herself so drastically. But Lena was determined and persistent. She believed that becoming a new human was worth it. She believed that it was her destiny. She believed that it was the next step in human evolution. And she was right. After completing her first procedure, Lena felt a surge of energy and joy that she had never experienced before. She felt like a new person, a new human. She looked at herself in the mirror and smiled. She saw a beautiful woman with flawless skin, sparkling eyes, and radiant hair. She saw a powerful woman with enhanced muscles, bones, and senses. She saw an intelligent woman with expanded memory, creativity, and intuition. She saw herself. Lena decided to celebrate her transformation by going on a trip around the world. She wanted to see the places she had read about or seen on screens. She wanted to meet the people who had different cultures and perspectives. She wanted to learn from the experience that life had to offer. She packed her bags and boarded a plane. She felt anxious and curious about what awaited her. She felt free and adventurous about what she could do. She felt alive. As she flew across the sky, Lena looked out the window and marveled at the beauty of the earth. She felt a connection with everything around her. She felt a gratitude for everything that led her to this moment. She felt a love for everything that was. She realized that becoming a new human was not about just changing her body and mind. It was also about changing her heart and soul. It was about becoming more human. Song, verse 1. I always wanted to be more than what I am, to break the boundaries and reach for the stars. I've always dreamed of becoming a new human, to enhance my body and mind with the latest technologies and medicine. Of course, I'm a new human. I'm a new human. I changed myself in ways you can't imagine. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. I transcended the limits of my ordinary condition. Verse 2. I paid the price and endured the pain to qualify for the procedures and treatments that would transform me. I faced the doubts and overcame the fears to embrace the changes and accept the risks that would define me. Chorus. I'm a human. I'm a new human. I change myself in ways you can't imagine. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. I transcended the limits of my ordinary condition. Bridge. But becoming a new human is not just about the physical and mental. It's also about the emotional and spiritual. It's about finding a connection with everything around me. It's feeling a gratitude for everything that made me. It's about discovering a love for everything that is. Chorus. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. I change myself in ways you can't imagine. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. I transcended the limits of my ordinary condition. Outer. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. And I'm proud of who I am. I'm a new human. I'm a new human. And I'm ready to explore the world. Life and death. It seems like you're interested in the topic of life and death, which can have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of the terms based on its search results. Life and death is a physiological question that explores how the awareness of our mortality affects our consciousness, values, and choices. It also examines how we cope with the loss of loved ones and the meaning of existence. Life and death is a biological process that marks the beginning and end of our physical body's functioning. It involves changes in our vital organs, systems, and cells that determine whether we are alive or dead. Death is a game concept that applies to the board game of Go, where the status of a group of stones is determined as either alive or dead, depending on their liberties. It is a critical skill for players to master in order to win the game. Life and death is a spiritual cycle that reflects the Buddha's view of the universe as a continuum. It involves the belief in reincarnation, karma, and enlightenment as stages of our eternal journey. Poem. Sure, I could try to generate a poem titled Life and Death. Here's one possible poem. Life and Death. Life is a mystery that we cannot fully grasp. A spark of light that shines in the dark. A breath of air that fills our lungs. A pulse of blood that flows in our veins. Death is a mystery that we cannot fully fathom. A shadow of silence that falls on the light. A release of air that empties our lungs. A stillness of blood that stops in our veins. But life and death are not opposites. They are two sides of the same coin. They are part of a cycle that never ends. They are stages of a journey that transcends. For life is not only in the body, it is also in the soul and spirit. It is the essence of who we are. It is the source of our love and joy. And death is not only in the body, it is also in the soul and spirit. It is the gateway to a new realm. It is the opportunity for growth and peace. So life and death are not enemies. They are allies and friends. They are teachers and guides. They are gifts and blessings. Life and death are mystical. They reveal the secrets of the universe. They invite us to explore and to discover. They challenge us to live and die with grace. Verse 1. Life is a precious gift that we should cherish. A chance to learn and grow and love and share. Death is a natural part of life that we should accept, a transition to a new stage of our journey. Of course, life and death are not separate. They are two phases of a continuum. Life and death are not final. They are part of a cycle that never ends. Verse 2. Life is a manifestation of our karma, a result of our actions and intentions. Death is a liberation from our karma, an opportunity to purify our mind. Of course, life and death are not separate. They are two phases of a continuum. Life and death are not final. They are part of a cycle that never ends. Bridge. But life and death are not ultimate. They are illusions of our ignorance. The true nature of reality is beyond life and death. The true nature of reality is emptiness and bliss. Verse 3. Life is a practice of compassion and wisdom, a way to cultivate our Buddha nature. Death is a practice of mindfulness and awareness, a way to realize our Buddha nature. Of course, life and death are not separate. They are two phases of a continuum. Life and death are not final. They are part of a cycle that never ends. Outer. Life and death are not obstacles. They are opportunities for enlightenment. Life and death are not enemies. They are friends and teachers on the path. Happiness. It seems like you're interested in the topic of inner happiness, which can have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations on the term based on the search result. Inner happiness is a psychological state that involves feeling joy, satisfaction, or fulfillment regardless of external circumstances. It is a result of positive emotions, subjective well-being, and self-regulation. Inner happiness is a psychological quest that involves finding peace and perspective in the present moment. It is the result of mindfulness, meditation, and mantras. Inner happiness is a personal goal that involves achieving psychological calmness and self-fulfillment. It is a result of self-love, self-care, and self-improvement. Inner happiness is a spiritual practice that involves cultivating your Buddha nature and realize your true potential. It is the result of compassion, wisdom, and enlightenment. Poem. Inner happiness. Inner happiness is not something that you find. It is something that you create. It is not something that depends on others. It is something that comes from within. Inner happiness is not something that you chase. It is something that you embrace. It's not something that fluctuates with circumstances. It is something that remains constant. Inner happiness is not something that you lack. It's something that you have. It is not something that you need to search for. It is something that you need to discover. Inner happiness is not something that you lose. It's something that you keep. It's not something that you give away. It's something that you share. Inner happiness is not something that you wish for. It's something that you live for. It's not something that you dream of. It's something that you are. Story. Inner happiness. Maya had always been unhappy with her life. She hated her job, her apartment, her appearance, and her relationships. She always felt that she was missing something, like she was not good enough, like she was not living the life she wanted. She tried to find happiness in external things. She bought expensive clothes, gadgets, and accessories. She went to fancy restaurants, clubs, and parties. She dated different people, hoping to find love and companionship. But none of these things made her happy. They only gave her temporary pleasure and satisfaction. They only made her feel more empty and lonely. They only made her crave for more. She realized that she was looking for happiness in the wrong places. She realized that she was not happy with herself. She realized she needed to change. She decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. She quit her job and moved to a new city. She enrolled in a yoga and meditation course. She joined a voluntary group and a book club. She started to read, write, paint, and sing. She learned to appreciate the simple things in life. She learned to be grateful for what she had. She learned to be kind to herself and others. She learned to be present and mindful. She discovered her inner happiness. She discovered her true self. She discovered her purpose and passion. She became happy with her life. She became happy with herself. She became happy from within. Song. Verse 1. I used to think that happiness was something that I had to find in the things that I owned, in the places that I went, in the people that I loved. But I realized that happiness was something that I had to create in a way that I lived, in the choices that I made, in the person that I was. Of course, inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that lasts. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that matters. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that fills me up. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I need. Verse 2. I learned to let go of the things that didn't serve me well. The stress, the worry, the anger, the fear, the doubt, the guilt. I learned to embrace the things that made me feel alive. The joy, the peace, the love, the hope, the faith, the gratitude. Of course, inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that lasts. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that matters. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that fills me up. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I need. Bridge. Inner happiness is not dependent on anything outside of me. Inner happiness is not affected by anything outside of me. Inner happiness is not determined by anything outside of me. Inner happiness is not limited by anything outside of me. Verse 3. I found my inner happiness in the simplest things in life, in the beauty of nature, in the sound of music, in the smile of a child. I found my inner happiness in the meaningful things in life, in the purpose of my work, in the passion of my art, in the service of others. Of course, inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that lasts. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that matters. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that fills me up. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I need. Outer. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I have. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I give. Inner happiness is the only kind of happiness that I am. Kindness. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. Dalai Lama. It seems like you're interested in the topic of concepts, which can have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of this term based on the search result. Kindness is a noun that means the quality or state of being friendly, generous, and considerate, a kind act. It is a synonym of benevolence, courtesy, favor, grace, indulgence, mercy, service, and turn. Kindness is a behavior that involves acts of generosity, consideration, rendering assistance or concern for others without expecting praise or reward in return. It is a topic of interest in philosophy, religion, and psychology. Kindness is a skill that you can improve your mental and emotional health by increasing your self-esteem, empathy, compassion, and mood. It can also decrease your blood pressure, cortisol, stress levels, and loneliness. Kindness is a practice that can positively change your brain by boosting your serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins. It can also make you more connected with others and more open to learning and growing. Home, kindness. Kindness is a simple word, but it means so much. It is a smile, a hug, a word of encouragement. It is a gesture, a gift, a helping hand. Kindness is a powerful force, but it costs nothing. It can brighten someone's day. It can change someone's life. Kindness is a universal language, but it speaks to the heart. It can bridge any gap. It can heal any wound. Kindness is a choice, but is also a habit. It can be learned and practiced. It can be shared and spread. Kindness is a gift, but it is also a reward. It can make you happy and fulfilled. It can make you kind and good. Story: Kindness. Leela was a shy and quiet girl who loved to read books and draw pictures. She didn't have many friends at schools, and she often felt lonely and sad. She wished someone would notice her and be kind to her. One day, as she was walking home from school, she saw a boy sitting on the sidewalk crying. He had a backpack full of books and papers and a broken pair of glasses. He looked like he had been bullied by some bigger kids. Lily felt sorry for the boy, and she decided to do something kind. She approached him and asked him what was wrong. He told her that his name was Max, that he had been pushed and teased by some mean kids who took his lunch money and broke his glasses. They said he had no friends and he hated school. Leela felt a connection with Max, and she offered to help him. She gave him some of her lunch money, and she helped him fix his glasses with some tape. She also helped pick up his books and papers, and she invited him to walk with her. Max was surprised and grateful for Leela's kindness. He thanked her for being so nice to him, and he asked her if they could be friends. Lily smiled and said yes. They walked together, talked about their favorite books and hobbies. They soon realized they had a lot in common, and they enjoyed each other's company. They decided to sit together at lunch the next day and to join the same after-school club. They became best friends, and they supported each other through thick and thin. Lily and Max learned that kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. They learned that kindness can create friendships and happiness. They learned that kindness can change the world. Psalm. Verse 1. I was feeling low and lonely, walking down the street. No one seemed to care about me. No one seemed to see. Then you came along and smiled at me. You asked me how I was. You gave me a hug and a word of hope. You showed me some love. Of course, kindness is the best thing you can give. Kindness is the best way you can live. Kindness is the best gift you can share. Kindness is the best way you can care. Verse 2. You made me feel better and brighter. You made me feel seen. You made me feel like I mattered. You made me feel like a queen. Then you asked me to join you for lunch. You introduced me to your friends. You invited me to your birthday party. You made me feel like I belong. Of course, kindness is the best thing you can give. Kindness is the best way you can live. Kindness is the best gift you can share. Kindness is the best way you can care. Bridge. Now I want to pay it forward. Now I want to spread the joy. Now I want to be kind to others. Now I want to be kind to myself. Of course, kindness is the best thing you can give. Kindness is the best way you can live. Kindness is the best gift you can share. Kindness is the best way you can care. Outer. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your light. Meditation. It seems like you're interested in the topic of meditation. We're just going to have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of this term based on the search results. Meditation is a noun that means the mental exercises that trains attention and awareness. It can have benefits on your psychological well-being. Meditation is a behavior that involves focusing your attention and relaxing your mind and body. It can decrease stress and anxiety, and increase happiness and health. Meditation is a practice that involves using a technique such as mindfulness or focusing on a particular object, thought, or activity. It can help you achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm and stable state. Meditation is a skill that involves curbing reactivity to one's negative thoughts and feelings, which are fleeting and disturbing. It can help you enjoy the present moment and be more compassionate and empathetic. Home meditation. Meditation is a way to calm the mind and connect with the breath. Meditation is a way to observe the thoughts and let them go without stress. Meditation is a way to be in the present and appreciate the moment. Meditation is a way to feel the sensations and embrace them with contentment. Meditation is a way to cultivate awareness and expand the consciousness. Meditation is a way to access wisdom and discover the inner bliss. Story. Meditation. Anna was busy and stressed out lawyer who worked long hours and had little time for herself. She always felt anxious and overwhelmed by her workload and deadlines. She had trouble sleeping and relaxing, and she often snapped at her colleagues and family. One day she decided to try meditation as a way to cope with her stress. She downloaded an app that guided her through a 10-minute meditation session every morning. She followed the instructions and focused on her breathing while letting go of her thoughts and worries. At first, she found it hard to meditate. She was easily distracted by the noises around her, and she felt impatient and restless. She wondered if meditation was really working for her. But she persisted and kept meditating every day. Gradually, she noticed some changes in herself. She felt more calm and focused during the day. She was able to handle her tasks more efficiently and effectively. She was more patient and polite with her colleagues and family. She slept better and felt more refreshed in the morning. She realized that meditation was helping her to manage her stress and improve her well-being. She decided to make meditation a part of her daily routine. She also explored other types of meditation, such as mindfulness, loving kindness, and mantra. She found that each type of meditation had its own benefits and challenges. She became interested in the science and philosophy of meditation. She read books and articles about the effects of meditation on the brain and the body. She learned about the history and traditions of meditation in different cultures and religions. She joined a local meditation group and met other people who shared her passion. She discovered that meditation was more than just a technique or a tool. It was a way of life, a way of being, a way of knowing. It was a journey of self-discovery and self-transformation. She became happier and healthier thanks to meditation. Psalm, verse 1. I used to be so stressed and worried about everything in my life. I used to be so tense and hurried, never finding peace of mind. Then I decided to try meditation as a way to cope with my situation. I didn't know what to expect, but I gave it a chance. Of course, meditation is the best thing I ever did. Meditation is the best way I've ever lived. Meditation is the best gift I ever received. Meditation is the best way I ever breathe. Verse 2. I started with a simple practice, just focusing on my breath. I learned to let go of my thoughts and just be in the present. Then I explored different types of meditation, each one with its own benefits and sensations. I found out that meditation is not just one thing, but a whole world of possibilities. Of course, meditation is the best thing I ever did. Meditation is the best way I ever lived. Meditation is the best gift I ever received. Meditation is the best way I ever breathe. Bridge. Meditation has changed me in so many ways. It has made me more calm and focused. It has made me more happy and grateful. It has made me more aware and mindful. Meditation has opened my eyes to a new reality. It has shown me the beauty and mystery of life. It has shown me the power and wisdom of my mind. It has shown me the love and compassion of my heart. Of course, meditation is the best thing I ever did. Meditation is the best way I ever lived. Meditation is the best gift I ever received. Meditation is the best way I ever breathe. Outer. Thank you for meditation. Thank you for inspiration. Thank you for meditation. Thank you for liberation. The inner garden. It seems like you're interested in the topic of inner garden, which can have different meanings depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of this term based on the search results. Inner garden is a metaphor that describes the inner world of a person where one can cultivate and nurture one's true self. It can be accessed through meditation, vision quests, or guided imagery. Inner garden is a practice that involves setting a strong intention to have something positive happen in one's life and creating an inner garden with the help of one's spiritual team. It can be a way to manifest one's dreams and desires. Inner garden is a lesson that teaches us how to grow and evolve spiritually by comparing our soul to a seed that needs fertile soil, water, air, and sunlight. It can be a way to connect with the divine and realize our true potential. Poem. The Inner Garden. There is a garden in my soul where flowers bloom and birds sing, a place of peace and harmony where I can hear the voice within. There is a fountain in my heart where waters flow and cleanse me, a source of grace and healing where I can feel the love divine. There is a temple in my mind where thoughts are pure and bright, a seat of wisdom of insight where I can see the truth sublime. There is a garden in my soul, a fountain in my heart, a temple in my mind where I can meet the spiritual of life. Story. The Inner Garden. Anna was a busy and stressed woman who worked as a lawyer in a big city. She had no time for herself or her family, and she felt unhappy and empty inside. She had forgotten how to enjoy life and appreciate the beauty of nature. One day she received a letter from her grandmother, who lived in a small town in the countryside. Her grandmother invited her to visit for a week and spend some quality time together. Anna hesitated at first, but then decided to accept the invitation. She thought it would be a good opportunity to relax and reconnect with her roots. She packed her bags and took a train to the town where her grandmother lived. When she arrived, she was greeted by her grandmother's warm smile and hug. Her grandmother took her to her house, which was cozy and charming cottage surrounded by a lush garden. Anna was amazed by the garden. It was full of colorful flowers, fragrant herbs, fruit trees, and vegetables. There was also birds, butterflies, bees, and other animals that visited the garden. Anna felt a sense of wonder and joy as she walked through the garden with her grandmother. Her grandmother told her that the garden was her pride and joy. She saw that she had planted and tended the garden for many years, that it was a reflection of her soul. She said the garden was not only a source of food and beauty, but also a place of healing and spirituality. She explained the garden had 4 sections: the rose section, the water section, the sun section, and the moon section. Each section represented a different aspect of her inner self-love, peace, wisdom, and intuition. She said that by spending time in each section, she could nurture and balance those aspects in herself. She invited Anna to join in this practice. She said that by visiting each section of the garden every day, Anna could discover and cultivate her own inner garden spiritually. She said this would help Anna to find happiness and meaning in her life. Anna was intrigued by her grandmother's words. She agreed to do this practice with her. She followed her grandmother to each section of the garden every morning and evening. She listened to her grandmother's stories and advice, and she opened her mind and heart to the message of nature. She learned to appreciate the beauty and symbolism of roses, which represents love in all its forms: self-love, romantic love, family love, friendship love, universal love. She learned to meditate by the fountain, which represented peace and harmony in herself and with others. She learned to seek wisdom from the sunflowers, which represented knowledge and enlightenment. She learned to trust her intuition from the moonflowers, which represents mystery and creativity. She felt a change in herself as she practiced this daily ritual. She felt more calm and relaxed. She felt more connected and compassionate. She felt more curious and inspired. She felt more alive and joyful. She realized that she had found her own inner garden. She realized that she had found herself. Psalm, verse 1. I've been living in a concrete jungle, working hard but feeling nothing. I've been losing touch with who I am and what I'm meant to be. Chorus. But there's a garden in my soul, a place where I can grow, a place where I can find myself and let my spirit flow. There's a garden in my soul, a place where I could heal, a place where I can feel the love that's always been so real. Verse 2. I've been following my grandmother's footsteps. She showed me how to tend the garden. She taught me how to love the roses and how to make peace with the water. Chorus. But there's a garden in my soul, a place where I can grow, a place where I can find myself and let my spirit flow. There's a garden in my soul, a place where I can heal, a place where I can feel the love that's always been so real. Bridge. She also showed me how to learn from the sunflowers and how to trust the moonflowers. She helped me to balance the wisdom and the intuition that are within me. Chorus. But there's a garden in my soul, a place where I can grow, a place where I can find myself and let my spirit flow. There's a garden in my soul, a place where I could heal, a place where I can feel the love that's always been so real. There's a garden in my soul. There's a garden in my soul. There's a garden in my soul. There is a garden in my soul. Gaia. Gaia, Mother Earth, is a term that refers to the ancient goddess of the earth, who is also known as Gaia or Gi. She is the origin of life on Earth and the first god to exist in Greek cosmology. She was born from the primordial void called chaos, along with other elementary deities such as Uranus, the sky, Pontus, the sea, and Tartarus, the underworld. Gaia was the mother of many gods and creatures such as Uranus, the Titan, the Cyclops, and the Giant. She also created the sea god with Pontus and the underworld god with Tarius. She was often depicted as a matronly woman rising from or reclining into the earth, surrounded by plants and animals. Gaia was revered as a powerful and nurturing goddess who provided everything for her children. She was also a fierce protector who defended them from any threats. She was involved in many myths and stories such as the creation of the world, the overthrow of Uranus by Cronus, the war between the Titans and the Olympians, and the birth of Zeus. Gaia is also a name that has been used in modern times to refer to various concepts related to ecology, spirituality, and science. For example, Gaia is a conscious media platform that offers videos and classes on topics such as wellness, transformation, and ancient wisdom. Gaia is also a space observatory mission by the European Space Agency that aims to create a three-dimensional map of the Milky Way by surveying its stars. Gaia is also a scientific hypothesis that proposes that Earth is a self-regulating system that maintains its own conditions for life. Gaia, Mother Earth, is a term that reflects the ancient and modern views of Earth as a living entity that gives birth to and sustains all life forms. Poetry. Gaia, Mother Earth, you are the womb of all creation, the source of every breath. You are the beauty and the bounty, the wisdom and the death. You are the ancient and the modern, the timeless and the new. You are the mystery and the wonder, the magic and the true. You are the harmony and the balance, the order and the flow. You are the healing and the wholeness, the grace and the glow. You are the challenge and the lesson, the struggle and the growth. You are the passion and the power, the love and the oath. You are Gaia, Mother Earth, Goddess and the land. You are our mother, our teacher, our home. You hold us in your hand. Party. Gaia, Mother Earth. Lena was a young girl who loved nature. She enjoyed spending time outdoors, exploring the woods, the fields, and the streams. She felt a connection with the plants and animals, and she respected them as her friends. One day she found a small pendant in the shape of a leaf on the ground. It was made of silver and had a green gem in the center. She picked it up and put it around her neck. She felt a warm sensation in her chest, as if the pendant was alive. She decided to keep it as a lucky charm. She wore it every day, and she noticed that it made her more happy and peaceful. She also noticed that the plants and animals seemed to respond to her more positively. They would come closer to her, and she would sense their emotions and thoughts. She wondered if the pendant had anything to do with it. She decided to do some research on it. She went to the library and looked for books on mythology and folklore. She found out the pendant was the symbol of Gaia, the ancient Greek goddess of the earth. She learned that Gaia was the mother of all life on earth, and that she created everything from her own body. She learned that Gaia was a powerful and loving goddess who cared for her children and protected them from harm. She learned that Gaia was also a fierce goddess who could unleash her wrath on anyone who threatened or disrespected her children. She realized that the pendant was a gift from Gaia, and they gave her a special bond with the earth. She felt honored and grateful for the gift. She decided to use it wisely and responsibly. She decided to become a guardian of nature and to help Gaia in her mission. She just started to do small things to make a difference. She planted more trees and flowers in her backyard. She recycled and reused materials. She joined an environmental club at school. She volunteered at an animal shelter. She educated others about the importance of nature. She also started to have dreams about Gaia. In her dreams, she would see Gaia as a beautiful woman with green eyes and brown hair, Wearing a dress made of leaves and flowers, Gaia would talk to her and teach her more about the earth. She would show her the wonders and secrets of nature. She would also warn her about the danger and challenges that face the earth. She told her that Earth was in trouble because of human greed and ignorance. She told her that humans were destroying the Earth's resources and polluting its airs and waters. She told her that humans were harming the plants and animals and causing them to suffer and die. She told her that humans were upsetting the balance and harmony of nature and risking their own survival. She told her that she needed Lena's help, and with the help of others like her, to save the earth. She told her that she had given Lena the pendant as a sign of trust and hope. She told her that Lena had a special role to play in Gaia's plan. She told her that Lena was one of Gaia's chosen ones. Lena woke up from her dream, feeling inspired and determined. She knew what she had to do. She knew that she had a purpose in life. She knew that she was not alone. She Swan mystical is a fascinating phrase. She was often seen as mystical creatures because of their association with spirituality, magic, transformation, and beauty. Here are some ways to understand the swan spirit animal and its meaning. Swan, symbolization and meaning. Swans have many meanings in different cultures and traditions. Some of the common ones are love, loyalty, purity, grace, peace, and devotion. Swans also symbolizes the connection between the physical and spiritual realms, as they can fly in the air and swim in the water. Swans can inspire you to embrace your inner beauty, express your emotions, and follow your intuition. You can learn more about swan symbolizings and meanings here. Swan spirit animal. If you have the swan as your spirit animal, you are likely a kind, gentle, and compassionate person. You have a strong sense of loyalty and commitment to your loved ones. You're also very creative and imaginative, and you can access higher levels of consciousness through your dreams and visions. The swan spirit animal can guide you through times of change and transformation, helping you to let go what no longer serves you and embrace your true potential. Swan totem animal. If you're drawn to the swan as your totem animal, you may have a natural affinity for spirituality and mysticism. You may be interested in exploring different forms of deviation, such as tarot card, runes, or crystals. You may also have a gift for healing or teaching others, as you can emphasize with their feelings and needs. The swan totem animal can teach you how to balance your emotions and your logic, and how to trust your inner wisdom. I hope this helps you to understand the swan mystical better. Swan mystical. You glide on the water with effortless grace, a vision of beauty, a symbol of faith. You soar in the sky with majestic wings, a messenger of heaven, a bearer of dreams. You sing in the night with a haunting voice, a call of the soul, a choice of the heart. You are the swan mystical, a creature of wonder, a bridge between worlds, a mystery to encounter. Story. Swan mystical. Leah had always loved swans. She admired their grace, their beauty, and their mystery. She often visited the lake near her home, where she could watch them swim and fly. She felt a connection with them, as if they understood her better than anyone else. One day, as she was walking by the lake, she noticed a new swan among the flock. It was larger and whiter than the others, and it had a golden crown on its head. It looked at her with piercing blue eyes, and she felt a strange attraction to it. She approached the swan slowly, holding out her hand. The swan did not shy away, but came close to her. It nuzzled her palm with its beak, and she stroked its feathers gently. She felt a warmth in her chest and a tingling in her fingers. She looked into the swan's eye again and saw something familiar in them, a flash of recognition, a spark of curiosity. She felt a sudden urge to speak to it, to tell her secrets, to hear its voices. She opened her mouth, but before she could say anything, the swan spoke. "Lena," he said in a soft and melodious voice, "I've been looking for you." Lena gasped and stumbled back. She looked around, but no one else seemed to notice the talking swan. She wondered if she was dreaming or hallucinating. "Who are you?" she asked in a shaky voice. The swan smiled and shook its head. "Not who, but what," it said. "I am a swan prince, cursed by a witch to live as a bird until I find my true love. You are my true love, Lena. You are the one who can break the spell." Lena blinked and shook her head. "This can't be real," she said. "This can't be happening." The swan shied and looked at her with sadness. "It is real, Lena. It is happening, and it is urgent. The witch who cursed me is coming to this lake tonight. She wants to kill me and take my crown. If she does, I will be trapped as a swan forever, and you will never see me again." Lena felt a pang of fear in her heart. She looked at the swan again and saw the sincerity in her eyes. She felt a bond with it stronger than anything she'd ever felt before. "What can I do?" she asked. The swan smiled again and moved closer to me. "You can kiss me," it said. "A kiss from my true love will break the curse and restore me to my human form. Then we can escape together and live happily ever after." Lena hesitated. She had never kissed anyone before, let alone a swan. She wondered if this was a trick or a trap. She wondered if she was making a mistake. But then she looked into the swan's eyes again and felt a surge of love in her soul. She realized she wanted to kiss it more than anything else in the world. She leaned forward and pressed her lips to the swan's beak. At once she felt a shock of electricity run through her body. She saw a flash of light and heard a loud crack. She opened her eyes and gasped. The swan was gone. In its place stood a young man with golden hair and blue eyes. He wore a white shirt and pants and a golden crown on his head. He was handsome beyond words. He smiled with her and took her hand. "Lena," he said, "you did it. You broke the curse." Lena smiled back at him and felt tears in her eyes. "I did it," she said. "I broke the curse." He pulled her into his arms and kissed her again. She kissed him back and felt his love, his heartbeat in sync with hers. They hugged each other tightly and looked at the stars. They were happy. They were free. They were in love. The end. Psalm 1. I saw you by the lake, a swan among the ducks. You caught my eye with your elegance, and I felt a sudden rush. Chorus. You are my swan song, the last and the best, the one who makes me feel alive, the one who gives me rest. You are my swan song, the final and the first, the one who fills my heart with love, the one who quenches my thirst. Verse 2. I followed you to the shore, the swan among the reeds. You smiled at me with your tenderness, and I felt a growing need. Chorus. You are my swan song, the last and the best, the one who makes me feel alive, the one who gives me rest. You are my swan song, the final and the first, the one who fills my heart with love, the one who quenches my thirst. We danced under the moonlight, a swan among the stars. You kissed me with your passion, and I felt a burning scar. Chorus. You are swan song, the last and the best, the one who makes me feel alive, the one who gives me rest. You are my swan song, the final and the first, the one who fills my heart with love, the one who quenches my thirst. Otter. You are my swan song, you are my swan song, you are my swan song. Mystical journey. The mystical journey is a phrase that can have different meanings depending on the context and the perspective of the person who uses it. Generally, it refers to a process of personal transformation that involves exploring the spiritual dimensions of life and seeking a deeper connection with the divine, the self, and the world. Here are some possible ways to understand the mystical journey. The mystical journey as a spiritual journey. Some people use the term mystical journey to describe their spiritual journey, which is the natural progression of a person as they grow in understanding of God, the world, and themselves. A spiritual journey can involve various practices such as prayer, meditation, reading, service, and rituals that helps the person to cultivate their relationship with God and discover their true purpose in life. A spiritual journey can also involve facing challenges, doubts, and questions that tests one's faith and character. Mystical journey as a transcendental experience. Some people use the term mystical journey to describe a transcendental experience, which is the state of consciousness that goes beyond the ordinary perception of reality. A transcendental experience can be triggered by various factors such as nature, art, music, drugs, or meditation, and can involve feelings of awe, bliss, unity, or insight. A transcendental experience can also be seen as a glimpse of the divine or the ultimate reality that lies beyond the physical world. The mystical journey as a literary genre. Some people use the term mystical journey to describe a literary genre, which is a type of fiction that features characters who embark on quests or adventures that involve mystical elements or themes. A mystical journey can be set in any time or place, but often involves fantasy, magic, or supernatural phenomena. A mystical journey can also explore philosophical or religious questions, such as the meaning of life, the nature of good and evil, or the destiny of the soul. Some examples of mystical journeys in literature are The Lord of the Rings by Tolkien, The Alchemist by Pablo Coelho, and The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I hope this helps you to understand the mystical journey better. Poem. Mystical Journey. Set out on a mystical journey to find the hidden treasures of my soul. I left behind the familiar and the ordinary to explore the unknown and the extraordinary. I followed the signs and the synchronicities that guided me along the way. I met many teachers and allies that helped me to learn and to grow. I faced many trials and temptations that tested my faith and my will. I overcame my fears, many fears and illusions that clouded my vision and my skill. I reached many peaks and valleys that showed me the beauty and the mystery. I experienced many joys and sorrows that taught me the grace and the history. I arrived at the end of my journey to find the hidden treasure of my soul. I realized that it was not a destination, but a journey of awakening and transformation. Story. The Mystical Journey. Eva had always been fascinated by the mystical and the magical. She loved reading books and watching movies about wizards, witches, dragons, and fairies. She wished she could have her own adventure in a world of wonder and mystery. One day, as she was browsing in a bookstore, she came across a strange book. It was old and dusty with a leather cover and a golden lock. It had no title and author, but it had a note attached to it that said, "For those who seek the mystical journey." Eva felt a curious attraction to the book. She wondered what it contained and what kind of journey it offered. She decided to buy it, even though it was quite expensive. She took it home and waited until nightfall to open it. She used a hairpin to pick the lock and opened the book carefully. She was surprised to see that the pages were blank, except for a single sentence written in elegant script. To begin your mystical journey, close your eyes and say the magic word, abracadabra. Eva felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. She wondered if this was some kind of prank, or if it really was a magic book. She decided to give it a try and see what would happen. She closed her eyes and whispered, abracadabra. At once she felt a strange sensation of spinning and falling. She opened her eyes and gasped. She was no longer in a bedroom, but in a forest. She saw tall trees, colorful flowers, and sparkling streams. She heard birds singing, animals rushing, and wind blowing. She smelled fresh air, sweet honey, and spicy herbs. She looked at the book in her hand and saw that it had changed as well. It has now had pictures and words on every page, describing different places and creatures in the forest. It also had a map on the first page, showing her where she was and where she could go. She realized that she entered the world of the book, and that she could explore it as she wished. She felt a thrill of wonder and joy. She decided to follow the map and see what adventures awaited her. She closed the book, put it in her backpack, and started walking. She encountered many amazing things. She saw fairies dancing in the sunlight, unicorns grazing in the meadows, dragons flying in the sky, and mermaids swimming in the lakes. She met friendly elves who taught her their songs and stories, wise wizards who shared their spells and secrets, brave knights who invited her to join their quests, and mysterious witches who offered her their potions and charms. She also faced many dangers. She encountered trolls who tried to capture her, goblins who tried to steal from her, orcs who tried to eat her, and vampires who tried to bite her. She fought them off with her courage and cleverness, using the tools and schools and skills she learned from the books. She had many close calls and narrow escapes, but she also had many fun moments and happy memories. She made many friends along the way who helped her and cared for her. She learned many new things about herself and the world about her. She discovered that she was brave, smart, kind, and curious. She discovered the world was full of magic, mystery, beauty, and wonder. She discovered that this mystical journey was not just a physical one, but also a spiritual one. She realized that she had grown as a person, that she had found her true self. She realized that she had a choice to make. She could stay in this world forever, or she could return to her own world. She loved this world deeply, but she also missed her own world. She missed her friends, her family, her school, and her home. She wondered what would happen if she stayed or she left. She opened the book again and looked for an answer. She found it on the last page. It said, "To end your mystical journey, close your eyes and say the magic word, abracadabra." It also said the choice is yours. Eva thought hard about what to do. She closed her eyes and said, abracadabra. The end. Song. Verse 1. I always felt a calling to go beyond the ordinary, to seek the truth and the meaning of this life that I'm living. Chorus. So I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the soul. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the heart. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the mind. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of a kind. Verse 2. I met many guides and mentors who showed me the way and the light. I've learned many lessons and secrets that opened my eyes and my sight. Chorus. So I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the soul. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the heart. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the mind. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of a kind. Bridge. I faced many challenges and dangers that made me stronger and wiser. I've overcome many doubts and fears that made me clearer and brighter. Chorus. So I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the soul. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the heart. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of the mind. I'm on a mystical journey, a journey of a kind. Stardust. I've reached the end of my journey. You are stardust is a beautiful, inspiring phrase. It reminds us of our connection of another cosmos, a new adventure life to attain. Here's some possible ways to understand you are stardust. Your stardust is a scientific fact. Your stardust is not just a poetic metaphor, but a scientific fact. According to modern astronomy, most of the elements that make up our body on our planet were formed in the cores of ancient stars that exploded billions of years ago. These elements were then recycled and recombined in various ways to create new stars, planets, and eventually life. We are literally made of the same stuff as the stars, and we share a common history with them. You are stardust is a spiritual message. You are stardust is also a spiritual message that invites us to reflect on our place and purpose in the universe. By realizing that we are part of a larger whole, we can feel a sense of awe, gratitude, and wonder. We can also feel a sense of responsibility and stewardship for the earth and all its inhabitants, as we are all interconnected and interdependent. We can also feel a sense of belonging and identity, as we're not alone or isolated, but parts of a cosmic family. You are stardust as a creative inspiration. You are also stardust is also a creative inspiration that sparks our imaginations and curiosity. By thinking about our origins, we can explore the mysteries and possibilities of life and the universe. We can express our unique perspective and experiences through various forms of art and storytelling. We could use words, images, sounds, and movements to share our stardust stories with others and to celebrate our stardust selves. We can find some examples of creative inspirations here. I hope this I hope this helps you to understand you are a stardust better. Oh, you are stardust. You stardust are stardust, born from a fiery blast. You are stardust, a link to the distant past. You are stardust, sparkling in your eyes. You are stardust, a reflection of the skies. You are stardust, flowing in your veins. You are stardust, a remnant of ancient flames. You are stardust, shaping your dreams. You are stardust, a part of the cosmic scheme. You are stardust, loving with your heart. You are stardust, a masterpiece of art. You are stardust, living on this earth. You are stardust, a miracle of worth. Story or stardust. Mia had always loved the stars. She would spend hours gazing at them from her bedroom window, wondering what they were like and what secrets they held. She dreamed of traveling to the stars one day and seeing them up close. She also loved science. She learned learning about the universe and how it worked. She was fascinated by the fact that everything in this world was made of atoms, and that atoms were made of even smaller particles. She wanted to know more about the origins and nature of matter and energy. One day, she came across a book in the library that caught her attention. It was called You Are Stardust, and had a picture of a starry sky on the cover. She opened it and read the first sentence. Did you know that every atom in your body came from a star that exploded billions of years ago? She was intrigued. She continued reading and learned that most of the elements that make up the earth and all living things were created in the cores of ancient stars and then scattered across the galaxy where these stars died in spectacular explosions called supernovas. She learned that some of these elements were then gathered by gravity to form new stars and planets, including our own. She learned that some of these elements were then used by life to create complex molecules such as DNA, proteins, and carbohydrates. She learned that some of these molecules were then used by evolution to create diverse forms of life, such as bacteria, plants, animals, and humans. She learned that she was stardust. She was amazed. She felt a new sense of wonder and awe for the universe and for herself. She felt a new sense of connection and belonging to the cosmos and to all living things. She felt a new sense of gratitude and appreciation for the stars and for life. She closed the book and looked out the window. She saw the stars twinkling in the night sky and smiled. She whispered, "Thank you." The end. Verse 1. You're stardust. You are a miracle. You are part of this universe. You are a wonder. You are stardust. You shine like the sun. You are stardust. You are the one. You are stardust. You light up the sky. You are stardust. You make me feel alive. Verse 2. You are stardust. You are a mystery. You are a product of cosmic history. You are a beauty. Chorus. You are stardust. You shine like the sun. You are stardust. You are the one. You are stardust. You light up the sky. You are stardust. You make me feel alive. Bridge. We are all stardust. We share the same source. We are all stardust. We have the same force. We are all stardust. We belong to each other. We are all stardust. We are sisters and brothers. Chorus. We are stardust. We shine like the sun. We are stardust. We are the one. We are stardust. We light up the sky. We are stardust. We make others feel alive. Output. Outer. We are stardust. We are stardust. We are stardust. Mystical dragons. Mystical dragons is a captivating and intriguing phrase that involves the image of powerful and magical creatures that have fascinated humans for centuries. Here are some possible ways to understand mystical dragons. Mystical dragons as mythological characters. Mystical dragons are mythological creatures that appear in the stories, legend, and folklore of various cultures around the world. They are usually depicted as large, reptilian, and winged beings that can breathe fire or other elements. They are often associated with wisdom, strength, courage, and royalty, but also with greed, destruction, and chaos. They can be benevolent or malevolent depending on the context and the perspective of the storyteller. You can learn more about different types of mythical dragons. Mythical dragons as spiritual symbols. Mythical dragons are also spiritual symbols that represent different species of the human psyche. the natural world, and the divine realm. They can symbolize the primal forces of life, death, and rebirth, the balance between order and chaos, the transformation of the self, and the connection to the spirit. They can also symbolize the challenges and opportunities that one faces on their spiritual journey, as well as the potential for awakening and enlightenment. Mystical dragons as creative inspirations. Mystical dragons are also creative inspirations that spark our imagination and curiosity. By thinking about mystical dragons, we can explore the mysteries and possibilities of life and the universe. We can also express our unique perspectives and experiences through various forms of art and storytelling. We could use words, images, sounds, and movements to create our own mythical dragon stories, or to enjoy the mystical dragon stories created by others. I hope this helps you to understand mystical dragons better. Mystical dragons. Mystical dragons soaring in the sky, majestic and mighty, they make me sigh. Their scales shinier in the sun, shimmer in the sun, their eyes sparkle with fun. Mystical dragons breathing fire and ice. Fierce and fearless, they don't think twice. Their claws tear through the clouds. Their roar echoes loud. Mystical dragons guarding treasures and secrets. Wise and ancient, they know many things. Their wings span the horizon. Their hearts beat with passion. Mystical dragons, inspiring stories and dreams. Magical and marvelous, they fill me with awe. Their tales stir my imagination. Their spirit lifts my vibration. Story: Mystical Dragons. Leo had always loved dragons. He had a collection of dragon books, toys, posters, and games. He wished he could see a real dragon someday, and maybe even ride one. One night, as he was laying in bed, he heard a strange noise outside his window. He got up and looked out, and saw a huge shadow flying over the moon. He rubbed his eyes and looked again, and realized that it was a dragon. He couldn't believe it. He ran to his closet and grabbed his binoculars and followed the dragon with his eyes. He saw that it was green and gold with scales that glittered like jewels. It had long horns, a spiky tail, and a pair of large wings. It looked magnificent. He wondered where it came from and where it was going. He wished he could talk to it and learn more about it. He decided to try something. He opened up his window and shouted, "Hey, dragon, can you hear me?" To his surprise, the dragon heard him and turned its head. It looked at him with curiosity and flew closer to his window. "Who are you?" the dragon asked in a deep and rumbling voice. "I'm Leo," Leo said. "I'm a human boy who loves dragons." "Really?" the dragon said. "That's rare. Most humans are afraid of dragons." "Not me," Leo said. "I think dragons are awesome. What's your name?" "I'm Zara," the dragon said. "I'm a mythical dragon who travels the world." "A mystical dragon?" Leo asked. "What does that mean?" "It means that I have special powers and abilities that other dragons don't have," Zara said. "I can change my shape, control the elements, and see the future." "Wow," Leo said. "That's amazing. How do you do that?" "It's a gift from the stars," Zara said. "They gave me this power when I was born, because I have a special destiny." "What destiny?" Leo said. "I can't tell you," Zara said. It's a secret. Please, Leo begged. I won't tell anyone. Zara hesitated, but then decided to trust him. Okay, she said, but you have to promise not to tell anyone else. I promise, Leo said. Zara leaned closer to his window and whispered in his ear, I'm here to save the world from an evil force that threatens to destroy it. Leo gasped. What evil force? He asked. I don't know yet, Zara said, but I have a feeling that it is coming soon. How do you know? Leo asked. I have visions, Zara said. They show me glimpses of the future, but they are not clear. They are like puzzles that I have to solve. Can I help you? Leo asked. Zara smiled. Maybe you can, she said. You seem like a brave and smart boy. Thank you, Leo said. Do you want to come with me? Zara asked. Leo couldn't believe what he heard. Really? He asked. Yes, Zara said. But you have to be careful. It's dangerous out there. I don't care, Leo said. I want to go with you. Zara nodded. Okay, then, she said. Grab your coat and your backpack and hop on my back. Leo did as he was told and climbed on Zara's back. He felt her muscles tense underneath him as she flapped her wings and lifted off the ground. He held on tight as she soared into the night sky. He looked down at his house and waved goodbye to his parents, who were sleeping in their beds. He looked up at the stars and felt a surge of excitement and wonder. He was going on an adventure with a mystical dragon. He couldn't wait to see what would happen next. Laws of the universe are statements or principles that describe or explain various aspects of reality, nature, or spirituality. There are different types of laws of the universe depending on the source and perspective. Some examples are scientific laws are based on repeated experiments or observations that describe or predict a range of natural phenomena. For example, Newton's law of motion, Boyle's law, or the law of conservation of energy. Scientific laws do not explain why something happens, but rather what happens under certain conditions. Scientific laws are subject to revision or refinement based on new evidence or discovery. Spiritual laws are based on human ancient wisdom or intuition that describe or guide the relationship between humans and the divine or their higher self. For example, the law of divine openness, the law of vibration, or the law of attraction. Spiritual laws are often associated with practices such as meditation, yoga, or manifestation. Spiritual laws are meant to help us align with our true nature and our purpose. Hope this helps you to understand the concept of laws of the universe better. Laws of the universe. There are laws that govern the stars and planets, and laws that shape our lives and souls. There are laws that we can measure and test, and laws that we can feel and know. Some laws are written in equations and symbols. Some laws are spoken in words and stories. Some laws are constant and universal. Some laws are relative and personal. But all laws have a common sense, source, and purpose. They all reflect the order and harmony of creation. They all invite us to explore and discover. They all inspire us to grow and evolve. We are part of the universe and its laws. We can learn from them and apply them. We can align with them and benefit from them. We can create with them and express them. The laws of the universe are our guides and teachers. They are our tools and gifts. They are our friends and allies. They are our poems and songs. Story: Laws of the Universe. Anna has always been fascinated by laws of the universe. She loved reading about physics, astronomy, and cosmology, and dreamed of becoming a scientist one day. She wanted to understand how the universe worked and what secrets it hid. One day she found a strange book in the library. It was titled Laws of the Universe, and it had no author or publisher. It looked old and worn, and the pages were filled with symbols and diagrams that Anna had never seen before. She felt a strange attraction to the book and decided to borrow it. She took the book home and opened it in her room. As soon as she did, she felt a surge of energy run through her body. The symbols on the page started to glow, and the book spoke to her in a voice that sounded like the wind. "Hello, Anna. I am the book of the laws of the universe. I have been waiting for you for a long time. You are the chosen one, the one who can unlock the secrets of creation. Do you want to learn?" Anna was shocked and scared, but also curious and excited. She nodded her head, and the book smiled. "Good. Let us begin. I will teach you everything you need to know about the laws of the universe. But be warned, this knowledge comes with a price. You will have to face many dangers and challenges along the way, and you'll have to make the choice that will determine your fate and the fate of the universe itself. Are you ready?" Anna hesitated for a moment, but then said yes. She felt a rush of adrenaline and curiosity, and wanted to know more. "Very well, let's begin our journey. Hold on tight, Anna. We're going to travel through time and space and explore the wonders and mysteries of the universe." The book glowed brighter, and Anna felt a pull in her stomach. She closed her eyes and opened them again in a different place. She was standing on a barren planet, surrounded by stars. The book was floating next to her and said, "Welcome to the beginning of time, Anna. This is where it all started. This is where the laws of the universe were born." Laws of the Universe. Verse 1. There are laws of the universe that we can't break, no matter how hard we try, no matter what we make. They govern everything that we see and do. They are the rules of reality, and they apply to me and you. Of course, the laws of the universe are always in control. They shape our destiny, and they guide our soul. We can't escape them. We can only learn to live in harmony with the laws of the universe. Verse 2. There are laws of the universe that we can't change, no matter how much we wish, no matter how we arrange. They define the limits of our power and our scope. They are the boundaries of possibilities, and they give us hope. Of course, the laws of the universe are always in control. They shape our destiny, and they guide our soul. We can't escape them. We can only learn to live in harmony with the laws of the universe. Bridge. But there are also laws of the universe that we can bend with our imagination, with our creativity, with our will to transcend. They allow us to explore and to discover and to grow. They are the secrets of creation, and they let us know. Of course, the laws of the universe are always in control. They shape our destiny, and they guide our soul. We can't escape them. We can only learn to live in harmony with the laws of the universe. The laws of the universe are always in control. The laws of the universe are always in control. The laws of the universe are the universe in control. You are the universe. You are the universe. You are the stars. You are the light. You are the dark. You are the fire. You are the spark. You are the universe. You are the art. You are the ocean. You are the waves. You are the silence. You are the sound. You are the motion. You are the stillness. You are the ocean. You are profound. You are the earth. You are the sky. You are the breath. You are the life. You are the strength. You are the grace. You are the earth. You are divine. You are the universe. You are the one. You are the dream. You are the reality. You are the love. You are the joy. You are the universe. You are complete. Story. You are the universe. Leo has always felt different from other people. He had a sense of wonder and curiosity that never faded. Even as he grew older, he learned to learn about the world and the cosmos and to imagine what else was out there. He felt a connection to everything and everyone and a longing to explore and discover. One night he decided to go for a walk in the park. He looked up at the sky and saw the stars shining brightly. He felt a surge of awe and gratitude and whispered, "Thank you for this beautiful universe. Thank you for letting me be a part of it." As he said those words, he felt a strange sensation in his body. He felt the warmth and a tingling and a sudden expansion of his awareness. He felt like he was floating and saw the park fade away. He saw the city, the country, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, and beyond. He saw the whole universe in all its glory and diversity. He saw the past, the present, and the future. He saw the patterns, the cycles, the laws, and the mysteries. He saw himself in every atom, every molecule, every cell, every organism, every star, every galaxy. He realized that he was not just a part of the universe. He was the universe. He felt an overwhelming joy and peace and a sense of belonging and purpose. He understood everything and he loved everything. He knew that he was not alone. He was never alone. He was one with all that is. He smiled and said, Thank you, beautiful universe. Thank you for letting me be." Song. You are the universe. Verse 1. Something bigger and better. Chorus. You are the universe. You are the stars. You are the light. You are the dark. You are the fire. You are the spark. You are the universe. You are the art. Verse 2. You always felt connected to everything. You always felt a love that was deep and lasting. You always felt a calling to explore and create. You always felt a power that was infinite and great. Chorus. You are the universe. You are the stars. You are the light. You are the dark. You are the fire. You are the spark. You are the universe. You are the art. Bridge. One night you looked at the sky and saw the beauty and the wonder, and you felt a shift in your perception and your consciousness. And you realized that you were just not a part of it. You were it all. And you felt a joy and a peace that was beyond words. Chorus. You are the universe. You are the stars. You are the light. You are the dark. You are the fire. You are the spark. You are the universe. You are the art. You are the universe. You are the stars. You are the light. You are the dark. You are the fire. You are the spark. You are the universe. You are your actions the art. Change the universe. Poem. Okay, here's a poem I wrote with that title. Your actions change the universe. You may think you are small and insignificant, but you are not. You are part of the cosmic dance that shapes the stars and planets. Every choice you make, every word you say has an impact on the world around you. You create ripples of energy and light that travels across space and time. You are a co-creator of reality with the power to heal or harm. You can inspire or discourage. You can love or hate. Your actions change the universe for better or for worse. So choose wisely and act kindly and make the universe a better place. Stories. Your actions change the universe. You always wanted to be an astronaut ever since you were a kid. You dreamed of exploring the stars and discovering new worlds. You worked hard to achieve your goal, and finally you got accepted into the NASA training program. You were overjoyed when you learned that you would be part of the first manned mission to Mars. You and your crewmates spent months preparing for the journey, studying the planet, practicing the procedures, and undergoing rigorous tests. You were ready for anything. The launch day arrived, and you boarded the rocket with excitement and anticipation. You felt the powerful thrust of the engines as they lifted you off the ground into orbit. You looked out the window and saw the Earth shrinking behind you. You smiled and waved goodbye. The trip to Mars took 6 months, during which you and your crewmates performed various experiments, monitored the systems, and communicated with mission control. You also had some fun playing games, watching movies, and telling jokes. You became like a family. Finally, you reached Mars. You put on your spacesuit and entered the landing module. You felt a surge of adrenaline as you descended through the thin atmosphere and touched down on the red soil. You opened the hatch and stepped out. You were the first human to set foot on Mars. You planted a flag and said a few words to the camera. You felt proud and honored. You looked around and saw a barren landscape with rocks, dust, and craters. You wondered what secrets it held. You and your crewmates spent 2 weeks on Mars, collecting samples, conducting experiments, and exploring the surroundings. You found evidence of water, minerals, and organic molecules. You also found something else, something that changed everything. You were walking along a ridge when you noticed a strange formation in the distance. It looked like a dome made of metal and glass. You were curious and decided to investigate. You approached the dome cautiously, wondering what it was. You saw a door on the side with a keypad and a scanner. You tried to open it, but it was locked. You scanned your hand, hoping for a miracle. The door opened. You entered the dome and gas. Inside you saw a large room filled with machines, screens, wires, and tubes. In the center of the room there was a huge device that looked like a portal. It was circular, with metal rings and glowing lights. You walked towards it mesmerized. You saw a label on it that read, Quantum Entanglement Generator. You had no idea what that meant, but you felt drawn to it. You touched one of the rings and felt a shock. The portal activated. You saw a flash of light and heard a loud noise. The portal opened up and revealed another world, a world that looked very different from Mars. It was green and blue with forests, oceans, mountains, and clouds. It was beautiful. It was Earth, but not your Earth. It was an alternate Earth, an Earth where things were different, an Earth where you never existed. You realized that you stumbled upon a secret experiment, an experiment that involved creating parallel universe, an experiment that had gone wrong. You realized that by entering the dome and activating the portal, you had changed history. You had changed the universe. Your actions changed the universe. Song. Your actions change the universe. Verse 1. You may think that you're just a drop in the ocean, but you're more than that. You're a wave that can make a splash, or a ripple that can spread far and wide. Chorus. Your actions change the universe every day, every hour, every minute. Your actions change the universe. For better or for worse, you make the difference. Verse 2. You may think you're just a speck in the sky, but you're more than that. You're a star that can shine bright, or a comet that can leave a trail. Chorus. Your actions change the universe every day, every hour, every minute. Your actions change the universe. For better or for worse, you make a difference. Bridge. You have the power to create or destroy, to inspire or discourage, to love or hate. So choose wisely and act kindly and make the universe a better place. Chorus. Your actions change the universe every day, every hour, every minute. Your actions change the universe. For better or for worse, you make a difference. Your actions change the universe. Your actions change the universe. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The universe. That's a nice phrase. It reminds me of the song by Fred Rogers, also known as Mr. Rogers, who sang it at the beginning of his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He was a beloved children's television presenter who taught many lessons about kindness, empathy, and friendship. There's also a movie made about him in 2019 called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers and Matthew Rhymes as a journalist who interviews him, becomes his friend. The movie was based on a true story, an article by Tom Genoid that was published in Esquire magazine in 1998. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a beautiful day to be friendly. A beautiful day to be kind. Would you share yours? Could I share mine? It's a beautiful day to learn something new, a beautiful day to explore. Will you join me? Can I join you? It's a beautiful day to express yourself, a beautiful day to create. Would you show me? Could I show you? It's a beautiful day to be grateful, a beautiful day to say thanks. Would you smile with me? Can I smile with you? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Please, won't you be my neighbor? Story. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Anna was new in town. She had moved with her parents from the big city to a small suburb where everything seemed quiet and boring. She missed her friends, her school, and her favorite places. She felt lonely and unhappy. She decided to go for a walk around the neighborhood, hoping to find something interesting. She put on her jacket and sneakers and headed out the door. She walked along the sidewalk, looking at the houses and gardens. They all looked the same to her, with their neat lawns, tidy fences, and colorful flowers. She wondered if anyone lived there, or if they were just empty shells. She turned a corner and saw the sign that said, "Welcome to the neighborhood." It was hanging on a fence that surrounded a large park. She decided to check it out. She opened the gate and entered the park. She was amazed by what she saw. The park was full of life and activities. There were children playing on the swings, slide, and seesaws. There were dogs running around and chasing balls. There were people having picnics, reading books, or chatting with each other. There were birds singing, squirrels scampering, and butterflies fluttering. She felt a warm breeze on her face and smelled the fresh grass and flowers. She heard laughter and music and friendly voices. She saw smiles and waves and nods. She realized this was not a boring neighborhood at all. This was a beautiful neighborhood full of neighbors. She walked towards a small group of kids who were playing hopscotch. They looked at her with curiosity and smiled. "Hi, I'm Anna," she said shyly. "Hi, Anna," they said in unison. "Would you like to play with us?" one of them asked. "Yes, please," she said eagerly. They welcomed her into the game and taught her the rules. She had fun hopping and skipping and laughing with them. She made some new friends. She looked around the park and saw more people who looked friendly and inviting. She decided to meet them too. She went to a bench where an old lady was feeding some pigeons. She sat next to her and said, "Hello." "Hello, dear," the lady said kindly. "I'm Anna," she said politely. "I'm Mrs. Jones," the lady said warmly. "Would you like some breadcrumbs?" she offered. "Yes, please," she said gratefully. They shared some breadcrumbs with the pigeons and talked about their lives. She learned that Mrs. Jones had lived in the neighborhood for a long time and knew everyone's name and story. She told her some interesting facts and anecdotes about the neighborhood. She made a new friend. She continued to explore the park and to meet more people. She met a young couple who was painting a mural on the wall. They invited her to join them and gave her a brush and some paint. She helped them create a colorful masterpiece that brightened up the park. She made some new friends. She met a man who was playing guitar under a tree. He asked her if she liked music and taught her some chords and songs. She sang along with him and enjoyed his tunes. He made some new friends. She met a woman who was knitting a scarf on a bench. She asked if she wanted to learn how to knit and showed her how to hold the needles and yarn. She knitted a few rows of stitches and felt proud of her work. She made some new friends. She met more people who were doing different things in the park. They all welcomed her into the activities and shared their hobbies and passions with her. They all made some new friends. She realized that this was not just a park. This was a community full of neighbors. She looked at her watch and saw that it was time to go home. She said goodbye to everyone she had met and thanked them for their kindness and generosity. They all said goodbye and invited her to come again soon. She walked out of the park with a big smile on her face and a warm feeling in her heart. She felt happy and fulfilled. She realized that this was not just a beautiful day in the neighborhood. This was a beautiful day in her life. Song. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Verse 1. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day to say hello to all the people that you meet on every street and every corner. Of course, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day to be a neighbor, to share a smile, a hug, a hand, to lend an ear, a heart, a friend. Verse 2. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day to have some fun, to play a game, to sing a song, to laugh and joke and dance along. Of course, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day to be a made neighbor, to share a smile, a hug, a hand, to lend an ear, a heart, a friend. Bridge. It's a beautiful day to learn something new, to try something different, to see something amazing. It's a beautiful day to express yourself, to show your feelings, to share your dreams. Of course, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbor, to share a smile, a hug, a hand, to lend an ear, a heart, a friend. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for you and me. This is similar to the Star Wars trilogy, where you're anxiously holding on to your neighbor to see if the good guys are eventually going to win the war. Many people say that this is a story based on fact. There are civilizations out there that have been existing for trillions of years. They existed even before our universe was created. Our universe is just a new kid on the block of life. Nobody gets a free ride. Everyone has to go from darkness to light. There is no magic bullet. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to save this planet except for us. Granted, we have exceptional coaches who are on the sidelines guiding us and watching over us. It's up to humanity to change for the better. There are millions of people out there who know that the world has to change. The world needs to recalibrate itself. Each individual has to recalibrate himself. This is not an easy task, yet it can be done. Imagine there have been so many civilizations out there who have been on the edge of destroying themselves and their planet, and yet they didn't. Somehow they pulled together and worked together to create a solution for all. In this world, we need to learn once again the art of compromise, that art of bowing and bending. There are always two sides of the coin. I hope you have gained something from this book. There's some meaning behind it.